Because you're doing it yourself. And it's a pain. The prep, the taping, the mess, the ladders, the I'll finish it this weekend that never happens. So take the pain out of paint and call We Paint Everything today. Interior, exterior, cabinets, ceilings, even repairs before they paint. These are the pros who make your home look you lifting a finger. Don't live with the pain. Let We Paint Everything handle it. Call Raphael at 407-657-2000 or online at wepainteverything.com.
Hello there, this is Congressman Corey Mills. Here in Florida's 7th District, our farmers are the backbone of our communities. They put food on our tables, keep our economy strong, and carry forward generations of hard work and tradition. Local agricultural leaders across Central Florida who keep our region running have shared their concerns to me about rising costs, supply chain pressures, and the need to protect our agricultural future. That's why I'm fighting to protect American farmlands that plays a major role in our state's economy. My commitment is simple: support our farmers, defend our farmland, and strengthen the agricultural backbone of Florida. If you need help from our office or want to share any of your concerns, please call 407-638-7900 or visit mills.house.gov. Paid for by the official funds authorized by the House of Representatives.
Russ Rollins here for Zero Res. Your couches and your chairs collect dirt and oil and odors every day. Zero Res cleaned my upholstery and made it look and smell great. Freshen up your furniture today with Zero Res. Spelled forwards or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Is your financial advisor managing your risk or just a spreadsheet? Hi, I'm Jeff Jr., founder of Trajan Wealth. Many financial advisors rely on target date funds, which are one-size-fits-all portfolios that don't know your name, your family, or your goals. And that passive management can leave you dangerously exposed. At Trajan, we look at the whole picture, not just the stocks everyone else buys, but the private market opportunities most advisors ignore. And as fiduciaries, we build a strategy around you, coordinating your investments, tax strategy, and estate into one cohesive plan. Your financial life deserves more than just a generic portfolio. Real planning isn't a stack of statements. It's the confidence of knowing where your income will come from for the next 30 years. Good enough isn't good enough for your family. It's time for a change. Schedule your complimentary consultation today. Call 855-TRAJAN-1. That's 855-TRAJAN-1.
Advisory services through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Private equity investments require accreditation. Other services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. Would you ever consider paying for your new mattress 2 times? It sounds expensive, but that's exactly what happens when you buy from a mainstream mattress store. The manufacturer marks it up, sells it to the retailer, who marks it up again and sells it to you. Because the Original Mattress Factory sells factory direct, the mattress you buy is being sold for the first and only time, providing real value. Don't buy your mattress twice. Visit the Original Mattress Factory today.
Have you checked the value of your used car lately? GiveMeTheVin.com wants to buy your car, whether it's your daily driver, a pickup truck, an SUV, a minivan, a supercar, or an exotic. If Gimme the VIN doesn't beat a deal from CarMax or Carvana, they will pay you $100. Say goodbye to dealing with dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. And if Gimme the VIN doesn't beat a deal from CarMax or Carvana, they'll pay you $100.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Travel. That's travel. Enter it now.
Someone's going to get offended.
It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers.
The News Junkie is on. The best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie starts now.
It is Thursday, June 4th, 2026. Lots to get to today. From the Lego Bodycam footage leaks to the Texas track meet stabbing murder trial begins. And would you let your child play with an AI toy? Plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. C-Lane is here.
Hello.
So are you. You can send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. Go hit record on your first dispatch right now. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your messages rolling right into the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Thursday?
Pretty good. Not bad. Now, how about you?
Good. Hanging in there. And we got a lot going on. We have a lot going on the show, a lot going on behind the scenes. A lot I'm excited about moving forward. We're cruising through the week.
Didn't even get a chance to ask you, where was that gnarly accident you texted us a picture of last night?
You know, we were just heading out to go grab a drink or two yesterday. At the very end of the day, it was like 8:15, 8:20 or something. And I look over to my right, and I saw a car that had plowed directly into a concrete pole. Like,
jeez.
I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't know how that occurs. When I see that kind of thing, I'm like, holy cow. You know, and I look out, I start going, what can I do to assist in this situation? And then nothing is the answer. Like, I don't have any skills. There's 10 people standing around in a circle.
You didn't see it happen, though, right?
No, we came right after it. Hold on, I should rephrase that. We arrived on the scene right after the person had already hit the pole.
Was that intense of an accident, really?
I'm not turned on by car crashes, just in case you were wondering. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse. Let's see what's happening to this great, big, wide world of ours. And thank God C-Lane censored this one. Because this...
Calm down, Sean. Calm down.
I'm not that excited. A little bit excited.
Think about baseball.
A little bit excited. I am so glad that C-Lane censored this one. This is the kind of story that I just fall in love with. I love neighborhood drama. I love it. All right. I love these like weird issues that people have. They're fighting with their neighbors. It never makes the headlines for obvious reasons, but I love it. And this is a case in a nice little neighborhood here where they are fighting over squirrels. And I bring to you the action. For those of you on the video side, boy, is this a fun ride, but I'll explain it for everybody else. You have two neighbors, a woman and a man. The woman has a 2x4 or something similar, some piece of wood, and the man has a sweeper,
a broom. Oh my gosh, buddy,
a sweeper.
How long has it been since you've used a broom?
He's got one of those sweep things.
Sweeper.
He's got a sweeper. The guy's got a broom. And I was trying to think of the other word, actually. Dustpan, is that what it's called?
Yeah, a dustpan kind of paints the picture of something that's a little smaller. He's got one of those dustpans like the janitor would use where it's on a long pole and it swivels a little bit so that you can sweep the stuff in and then pick it up, so you don't have to bend down all the time. Like
kind of good for combat, though, right? You know,
a little bit.
You got the broom on one hand, and then you got the thing that sweeps it up, or the stuff you sweep it up in on the other hand. The dust collector for the sweeper. You know, you got the 1-2 punch of that going on, and the other woman has a giant piece of wood. So here we go.
You about to get arrested.
The woman with the camera, who you're going to hear her voice a bit, is the wife of the guy with the broom. All right, that's who you're hearing.
It's my side of the house. Excuse me. Stop feeding the squirrels, Lane.
Excuse me, funny. Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Oh, she's hitting him in the ass.
Yeah. So far, the guy's only crime is that he has gone to what I would assume is closer to this neighbor's driveway, and the neighbor has been leaving bread out for squirrels, which We used to leave bread out for birds, like when I was a kid. You know, if the bread was starting to turn, we would go out to the backyard and feed the birds. And then, like, years later, found that we're pretty much not supposed to feed any of the animals bread. Like, they all have certain diets that they're supposed to have, and bread was just not good for them.
I hear that, and I hear that about, like, don't feed the ducks bread, don't feed any wildlife bread. But
I think the neighbor's problem with this is that it's like attracting animals he doesn't want around.
I get that, but is that any of your business when it's in somebody else's front yard? Like, if I go put out a little squirrel food and it's in my front yard, is it your business still? Because I guess it draws in a problem for your front yard too. That's why this guy's so pissed.
It might a little bit be his business, but as far as I can see from this video, those bread pieces look to be in the road.
They're pretty close.
They're not in her driveway unless he has swept them off of her driveway. They look like they're in the road.
They're certainly in the area the government would claim was theirs
and
in a neighborhood.
I don't know if you just freeze this, like, pause this right at the right point, but it looks like his, I'll use terms that would be better familiar with.
Okay.
It looks like his sweeper is bent.
Yeah, his sweeper does look bent.
I think it's just an optical illusion based on, like, the frame rate or something. But, it looks like he's like hulked out on his broom pole there.
All right, so she's hitting him in the ass with a piece of wood because he's trying to sweep up her squirrel food.
And in the back. I think one of those was to his back, and he's taking it pretty calmly until he doesn't.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Hitting him.
You know I'm calling
in the
911
arm,
right
in the back.
Hit my woman! Hit my woman!
Excuse me.
Hit my woman!
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Hit me again!
Excuse me.
Oh, she did it! By the way, what a pussy move. You can't say hit me again and then they hit you again and you don't do anything. If you utter the words hit me again, you are legally required to respond with some force when the person does indeed hit you again. I think that's a requirement. Yeah. This guy's like, hit me again. She does it and then he does nothing.
I'm calling the cops.
It ain't worth it.
Yeah.
That's not worth it. I haven't touched her, dude. I know.
No, she ain't. It ain't worth it for her.
2x4. 8 times.
We're sweeping up the bread because she's feeding squirrels.
Squirrels. I have animals. I'm getting fleas. She's f***ing nuts. I just got assaulted. She needs to f***ing go away. Just chilling. I don't want nobody.
It's okay.
This is what happens in these neighborhoods.
Part 2. The police have entered the chat.
Yeah, why are the police here over your squirrel problem in the neighborhood?
The police are there over their crazy bitch smacking this guy over the back with a 2x4 problem.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, violence has entered the picture, I guess. So yeah. If she's hitting him with a piece of wood, we've got a crime.
Yes.
Yes.
Fucking yes.
I told you.
Oh, they're going to arrest her.
Yep, she's going in.
I told you would get arrested, Lane. You shouldn't have hit him. No, she's not a victim.
Love this kind of drama so much. These people are fighting over squirrel feedings in the front yard. Feral Kitten says season 2 on Neighbors. True.
This would be a great episode.
Hunt him down. She was swinging a piece of wood, hitting him with it because he was feeding the squirrels in the front yard. Now, it's hard for me to take a side here on account of I don't know what it would be like to have my neighbor feeding squirrels. My neighbors are all nice, sweet people, thank the Lord, and I don't have any problems with them feeding squirrels at the moment.
I don't know what the problem would be, except that I think he spelled it out to whatever other neighbor was yelling at him. Mm-hmm. He's like, I've got animals. She's feeding squirrels, and I didn't know this was a possibility, but he seems to claim that her feeding the squirrels is bringing in fleas, which you do not want. He says, she's feeding the squirrels. I got animals. We're getting fleas. Something that was part of his argument, and I didn't know that squirrels brought fleas.
I guess that's a problem. Known Badger says there was a bitch in my old apartment complex. Yikes. Who would constantly feed the squirrels, and her boyfriend, who did not live there, would save her parking lot spot for her. Well, that's more egregious, that part, I think. He would also feed the squirrels. They've eaten through people's wires in their cars because of how often and how much they would feed them. I guess it's a pain in the ass. My problem in my neighborhood is more peacock related, right? And if my neighbor was like tossing out peacock food, I'd probably have a conversation with him. But I still wouldn't bring out a 2x4. I'd keep the giant piece of wood out of the equation.
I think what I liked about that guy was even though he got super aggro when it looked like she might be coming towards his woman with the 2x4, and that's when he really... that's the only point in that video where I thought he might actually be physical with his woman. He, other than that, was totally keeping his cool because he knew that they were taking video of this, that they were going to show to the police, which, I mean, like, fight him the legal way.
And now she's in jail. This is so stupid. It's the kind of neighborhood drama that you just eat up, baby.
And not that I would have faulted him for it because she was literally swinging a 2x4 at his back, but she's in jail, and he doesn't have to be on video hitting a woman.
True. Yeah, you got lucky on that one. We have a big controversy to weigh in here on in just a moment on the show, which I think is going to... I think I'm interested in what your guys' reaction.
What's it now, Lincoln Logs?
Wait till you hear it. It might be Lincoln Logs. I do have an update on the Lego heist situation. But right now, we go to a couple of emails to kick things off. Jay says to tips@thenewsjunkie.com, hey, Sean and C-Lane, podcast listener here. I'm listening to Wednesday's show where you guys were talking about the guy running for California governor. His name is Barack Obama, which was pretty funny.
D. Obama Shaw.
Yeah, Barack D. Obama Shaw was running for office in California. Did not win, by the way. Didn't do very well.
Lost.
Reminds me of a story I heard about the two dudes in Alaska running for office. Both guys are Republicans, and both guys are named Dan Sullivan. And both guys are launching attack ads telling folks not to vote for Dan Sullivan. Pretty dang funny. Love the show. Keep up the work. Wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. I do know about this because yesterday during the show, Courtney sent me a link on this. I'll play it for you guys about the election going on, Dan Sullivan versus Dan Sullivan. And the Dan Sullivans hate each other, and they're both on the ballot.
Alaska's Republican Senator Dan Sullivan is facing a new contender in the Senate race. Dan Sullivan. Yes, you heard that right. Senator Sullivan is now running up against a contender with the same name. Those are our two Dan Sullivans who you could be forgiven for mistaking one for the other. And some Republicans are already speculating that this new addition could be confusing voters on purpose.
Well, it's obviously going to confuse people. But hold on. Was there a long-term strategy where they were like, to get Dan Sullivan out of office, the only way to defeat a Dan Sullivan is with another Dan Sullivan? That's quite the caper if they pulled it off, if they were able to do that.
It's a trick whipped up by former Congresswoman Mary Peltola, a Democrat and the top challenger to Senator Dan Sullivan, not challenger Dan Sullivan. Peltola denies that. But the New York Times reports that, quote, Alaskans in both parties were skeptical it was a ploy. Alaska simply has a lot of Dan Sullivan.
What are they low on names there? It's too cold to think of new names?
What do we name this one? Another Dan. Just do it, okay? They're like, I don't know. There's 400 Dan Sullivans in this tiny town in Alaska. Should we do? Yes.
It's hilarious that they're running attack ads on each other, and the chance that they're related is decent.
Yeah. It's not zero, right? Yes, I guess they were running attack ads against each other. Both Dan Sullivans running in this election.
Would have been a great meme at the time, just, in that area for somebody to post Jimmy McMillan, and it says the Senate race in Alaska is to Dan Sullivan.
Here goes Hector with an email, tips@thenewsjunkie.com. Hector says, I want to defend the gentleman that said there were bombs going off by Ocala National Forest, to which C-Lane remarked, they wouldn't be bombing on our land. The fact is there's actually two bombing ranges in the area. One is south central, the other is north central.
Now there's two. Now there's two.
Yeah, there's two of them. The Air Force drops laser-guided bombs that are inert, 2,000-pound cement bombs that are also inert in special ops training, says Hector. I'm gonna go ahead and say something here. All right, I get doing bits. We've had wiggle, wiggle, pop, pop. That one guy said, keep up the work. All of this stuff over and over and over again.
I can't tell if that's a bit or not.
I'm done with the bombing range bit. We know that there's no real bombing range in a national forest. You guys don't have to just keep sending us all of these damn emails about it. It's a silly bit. Let's move on to the next one. Nobody's bombing a national forest, for God's sake.
It's way too protected. National forests are like some of the most protected places because of their, their wildlife and stuff like that. And why would you ruin that with bombs?
Why would you ruin anything with bombs, for God's sake? It's just dopey, and it's kind of embarrassing, honestly. So please stop. Also, big thank you to A Zappico 13 for the 3 gifted subs to Secret Shows. Those subscriptions, well, they're gone. They're gone already, but you could be next, gifting some subscriptions to the Secret Shows and the premium aspects of the News Junkie and the website. So thank you to A Zappico for those, and hopefully you're next. We have a quick break here, and when we come back, I want to talk about, first, before we get into some of the drama here, the Knicks game last night. There was a couple of fun moments. One, some dude ran out on the court, and I got him, and we'll see what he was doing while he was trying to get attention, the guy who ran out on the court. And then there was a massive fight that broke out. Then we get into the big controversy, and a lot more on the way on a Thursday. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine.
Skull mic activated. Folks, welcome behind the scenes. I have one quick live read. We're going to knock it out right now, and then we're going to chat during the break. I'm going to get you all set for this next segment in just a moment.
The major attractions exits for those traveling between 192 and 535, as well as by Champions Gate Boulevard and World Drive. Traffic moving well right now for those who need to travel on the 408 and 429. Looking at a good ride as well north and southbound on the Turnpike. If you see traffic problems, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. With traffic, I'm Samantha Canning.
This report is sponsored by Discover. When you hear a good deal, it's natural to do a double take. That's what you might do when you hear Discover will automatically double all the cash back you've earned on your credit card at the end of your first year with Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/creditcard.
Folks, I want to tell you about a great company doing things right, a company that in the moment of desperation, when your air conditioner starts sputtering on you, is ready to help you out. That company is Mills Air. No matter what kind of air conditioning you have on your house, it's a big system, a small system, a split, whatever, mini split, whatever you got. They are at Mills Air the experts that can help you get your AC back up and running, and they give you the fair deal, the right deal, the one that you deserve. So call Mills Air and get some help. They're a Carrier factory authorized dealer led by the best of the best, Leon Mills. Trust them in your house. Trust them with your AC problems, and trust them to come over today when you call 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159. If you forget that, remember this. Find them online at millsair.com. All right. Welcome behind the scenes for a Thursday. How are we doing, chat? How are we doing? Jesus. TNJ chat, get it under control over there. Can't be showing that on the stream. All right? Hello?
Hey.
Hi.
I'm just gonna go to Costco.
Oh, I'm just gonna go to Costco too.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want me to get
You want me to get shit? What? Wait. What are you doing?
Do you want me to get the nose spray for you?
Do I need more nose spray?
You're fine right now.
Okay, I'll take it. Thank you. Okay, hold on. Hold on. The goose is loose. The goose is loose. Goose Springsteen. Goose Springsteen. Hey, how are we on a Thursday, everybody? Rate how your day is going out of 10. Rate how your day is going so far out of 10 before we get started with the drama. Behaw says, Sean, I am draining my pool. Now, are you just upgrading from one inflatable pool to another inflatable pool? Or are you getting a bona fide
Floridian, I can swim in it, it's made of concrete kind of pool? That's my question for you, Miss Hall. I just realized Sean gets to do his broadcast from home. From home? I'm in the studio. Studio here. This is the studio. A wonderful facility on the other side of the wall. It's a Waffle House, yes. But it is a civilized Waffle House. And the space that I rent here is much, much cheaper than it would be otherwise. So that's what's happening. Bootsy says, I'm doing great, thank you. Are you back out of the tent? Also, don't think I didn't see you there. Synth Solution, getting mad and getting triggered. Getting mad and getting triggered. We're not even in the second hour of the show. Getting mad and getting triggered over the Ocala National Forest. Now you guys see why we do it, right? You see? For today being my Monday and tomorrow my Friday, I'm pretty good. Good to hear. Because the rent is your mortgage? The rent here is not bad. I pay $700 a month for this space. And it comes equipped with a nice mini split, so it's always like really comfortable in here. I don't want to believe people are this dumb. Oh, believe it. Believe it. That's why I've been doing that gimmick for a decade. 90 seconds and we're back live. Mini split is what I do in dance class. You guys want to see a split? I don't want to. I'll do it later in the show. A full split. Like Jean-Claude Van Damme. Sometimes I jump up and then do the split. I've been doing it for years. I got in shape at a yoga camp I went to one time. Okay. I don't know how many of you watch basketball, but a man ran on the court for the New York Knicks game last night, and then everybody started fighting. So we've got some good drama related to it. Let's dive into that, and then perhaps the dumbest controversy I've run into in a while, and that says something on this show. We're coming back, baby. Let's go.
452789 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-345-2789.
I'm Michelle McPhee, and in my new podcast, Kingdom of Fraud, I'm unraveling the strangest criminal alliance I've ever reported on. A polygamist from Utah and an LA Armenian businessman.
$1 billion fraud.
But how long can this alliance last?
Is somebody coming after me?
Search Kingdom of Fraud on iHeartRadio, America's #1 podcast network, and the Webby Podcast Company of the Year.
For all your plumbing needs, go to modernpi.com.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. Travel. That's travel. Enter it now. Radio. Watching the world burn with some friends since 2007. This is...
Good to see you. So good to be with you. Let's have some fun as we see what's happening out there on planet Earth, the greatest reality show on television and beyond. We want to see what you have to say. Send us your dispatches, your emails, all the rest. But right now, a lot of people talking about basketball, baby. Not me in particular. I don't really pay attention to sports at all, but a lot of people are talking about basketball. And you had the Knicks playing in the NBA Finals against the San Antonio Spurs.
This is a big deal for the Knicks. First time in years and years. I don't know how many.
Yeah, they got a great team. They've been doing quite well. Now, I haven't seen the Spurs play this good in postseason b-ball since David Robinson was up there in the front jamming them down. And when he is out there on the defensive front, you've really got folks grabbing the ball and going to the hoop. It's the type of offense, defense they should be playing. Does any of this sound real?
It sounds convincing to some people.
I said the type of offense, defense, though. That probably was a giveaway that I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Well, they do have to be good at both of those things for a successful basketball game.
That's true. There was a very tall man on the court. I was depressed hearing about this game because they said one of the tallest in the NBA is sharing the court with one of the shortest NBA players. And I go, ha, look at that short NBA player. And they go, standing at just 6'2", this NBA player is among. And I go, what? Wait, hold on. This guy's 2 inches taller than me, and he's one of the shortest NBA players? That's not funny at all. What's going on here? Now, I am amazed at the main player, the star player on the court, Victor Wembanyama. And they call him the alien for good reason. He literally looks like a stretched out version of, who's the alien on American Dad? Roger?
Yes. Yeah.
He's this big. He's about 8'9". All right. Victor Wembanyama is a guy who's out there loving his life, playing some basketball, and he is about 1,000,000 feet tall. And I guess people love him. They love them some Victor Wembanyama, and they run out on the court sometimes. You had a fan who ran out right into the middle of the court during the game to get a selfie with him.
After 8:30.
Here he goes.
Right now, 6-point Nick lead. A fan just ran on the floor.
They get to them so fast. Like, he ran up to the player, and then by the time he set foot right at the player, Victor Wembanyama, he had 2 people on him. Tackling him at that point in time.
I think what was crazy about that, watching it, is the person that got to him first was the one that traveled the farthest.
Yeah.
Like they have security, they have police officers all around the basketball court in strategic places, but it seems like the person who got to this guy first, maybe they were the first to notice, but was the one who came from all the way down the court.
They were in full pursuit the whole time. Like, he's running out right here.
Right now, 6-point.
Watch this guy.
There goes.
A fan just ran on the floor.
Boom!
Wants to take a selfie. Security quickly takes him away.
I know some people will be like, Sean, it's not successful. They got up to him. If he had a gun or a knife, he could have stabbed him or killed him. And I guess you're right or whatever, but they did get up to the guy very, very quickly. And the idiot who did this also decided to, I guess, videotape himself from his angle. And he just runs out on the court. Wemby.
Attention!
Attention! See you later, man. I know how this one ends. This is going to be like when you see a bouncer escorting somebody out of the nightclub, and at the end, they whoosh, they hit the ground.
I'm kind of surprised. It doesn't look like that at all. That's a very cartoonish movie example of bouncers throwing you out. What they probably did was possibly arrest him on site or take him to a back room and trespass him.
They transed him in a back room?
They just cut it right off. Later, buddy.
Control of this stuff, man. What's going on? So they went crazy at this game. Somebody says, C-Witch says, what's the point of behaving that way? To get attention, you know. And like, I hate to play into it at all, but that's literally what he's doing. He goes.
He yelled attention.
Yeah. Attention, Webby. And then the funniest thing about it is there's a couple of photos of him when he rushed the court, and Victor Wembanyama is so tall that you can't even see him in the picture with the fan.
No.
So like it's up to like his belly button or something. You can't even see him out there. And so what they do is they weigh, hey, best case scenario, I go mega viral and people talk about me for 5 seconds on the news junkie. And then worst case scenario, they just throw you out like they do the bouncers at the club. And you just toss you onto the sidewalk.
How tall do you think Victor Wembanyama is?
I believe I already told you he was 8 feet 1 million tall. That's I think he's in the sevens.
7?
Because What?
7'4".
Is he really? And that's like, he is shockingly tall.
And 22 years old.
22 years old, 7'4". The world is not made for a 7'4" man. It is just not built for you at that height. That's brutal. And they were fighting. There was all kinds of drama outside this game. Here's a little bit of the back and forth of some of the fans having it out. I don't know why you guys will fight over your teams, but they were here. They're screaming at each other, shoving each other, punching each other, spilling drinks. I mean, all just like for their teams. And I just want to let all these people know, you're all paying to be at the game. Nobody's getting a check from the team. Why are you guys fighting with each other? It is one of the dumbest things you could do in sports. But hold on. There is one move even a little bit dumber. All right? I do have one more a little bit dumber. Somebody's trying to say he's 7'7". I think C-Lane's right. I saw 7'4", right?
That's just what I saw on Google.
Yeah. We're going to trust Google over random commenter guy. But I don't know that I'd be able to tell the difference between 7'4" and 7'7". Like if a 7'4" guy goes, look, I'm 7 feet 7 inches tall.
You would have to see both, you know? You would have to see both of them in the same room and then go, oh my gosh.
I'll be like, you guys are both tall. And it would remind me very, very quickly before I get into this stupid controversy that happened in the game. It would remind me of one of my favorite things. Oh God, I don't think I have this anywhere here. But there was a study that was done one time on a dating app. It was fantastic. Guys, you know you're so guilty of this. There was a study done on a dating app of the most popular and common heights of the guys who are on the dating app. And there was almost no guys who said that they were 5'11". Like, everybody who's 5'11" rounds up to 6 foot. And everybody who nobody went to 5'11", right? Not even the 5'10" guys, right? So if you're 5'9", you're 5'10". And then if you're 5'10", you're either 5'10" or you might try to skip all the way up to 6 foot. But ain't nobody writing down 5'11". And these guys, well, they're just a hell of a lot taller than all of us. So here, that brings us to this stupid controversy. I didn't understand this. I'm going to pick this apart a little bit. This was a tweet that got a bunch of attention. And they're doing the national anthem at the Knicks game. And some woman is singing the national anthem. Forgive me, I don't know who she is. But she's singing the national anthem, and they start showing all the players. Okay, and they're going by the Spurs lineup, and they're showing the players one by one. And they get to a couple more players here, and all of a sudden they show Victor Wembanyama, and when they show him, they're like, his arms are crossed during the national anthem. What kind of crap is this? This was literally the take. It says, the new face of the NBA, Victor Wembanyama, kept his arms crossed during the entire national anthem ahead of the NBA Finals. And they show him with his arms crossed during the national anthem. And I love America. I'm wearing a damn America shirt as I'm doing this show right now.
It looks like a cat with a hat on.
That's America.
America cat.
American flag shirt. I love America. All right, unironically, love this country. Are we now picking this apart to the level that a man who, by the way, isn't even an American, he's French, okay? He's not even an American. And they're like, well, he was standing with his arms crossed during the national anthem.
Replay that video. If you're expecting Victor Wembanyama to have his hand over his heart, none of those guys did.
None of them. No. They're all just standing there. They have their hands behind their backs.
Some of them.
One guy with his hand over his heart. All right. Most people with their hands behind their backs or in front of them. And then he has his arms crossed in front of him. I've never seen that this is some measure of some sort of, this is stupid.
I mean,
it's just stupid.
I've told you before that I've seen, people get into it over somebody not removing their hat for the national anthem. But, they're standing.
Wait till you see what I do during the French anthem. He's French. He's got his arms
You just
crossed.
have this confused look on your face, like, what are they saying?
Yeah, I'd be picking my nose, God knows what, during the French anthem. Spoiler alert, I don't care about the French anthem. I'm not French. Well, I mean, I am half French and half Irish genealogy-wise, but I don't care about their anthem. And the idea that would be like, whoa, buddy, your arms are crossed. Isn't this the exact kind of stuff that you hate from the other side politically, where they need you to follow them 1,000%, and if you disagree on one thing, there's like this litmus test of the purity test. You must agree on everything. Like, this is the same exact thing, isn't it? Like, okay, well, he's not taking a knee, but his arms are he's French. This is so stupid. Why? I don't think any Americans, other than people online, are actually upset by something like this.
I don't even know that a lot of the ones online are that upset about it. Like, you're getting this off of X, formerly Twitter, but I Googled Victor Wembanyama because I was looking for his height, and then nothing about that. It's all about the fan running out on the court. And then I had to Google Victor Wembanyama anthem and skip the actual news to get to whatever tweet that you're probably on.
This is grasping for straws. Like, what the hell is going on here? For those saying, the person Bobby who posted this, Bobby Burke, who's a journalist, for those saying Wemby isn't protesting, I asked the NBA and Spurs his reason. I'll let you know what they say. I think it's in connection to his ICE comments. Now, I guess he made some comments about ICE. He said, every day I wake up and see the news and I'm horrified. I think it's crazy that some people might make it seem like or sound like the murder of civilians is acceptable. So, let's take that for granted and say that he said that. Who cares? This isn't a protest. He just has his arms crossed. This is a dumb purity test. And purity tests are stupid no matter who does them, by the way. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. Quick break. When we come back, we'll get off the sports. We'll get into scientists have done the most disgusting thing I've heard of in a very long time. I want to tell you about that. Somebody busted on camera, and what they were doing is unbelievable. But wait till you hear this. Vigilante justice. We've got hookers in Hopetown updates. My, oh my, we got Lego body cam footage and so much more on a Thursday. And that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Real talk, fake maturity. The Jim
say. Okay. Yeah. Heard you.
We'll have a rare day with low humidity and partly to mostly sunny skies, staying nice and dry. Playing for a high around 80.
That's a journalist who can't find stories, so he just creates shit. Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah, it's just stupid. I think there's plenty of conversations to be had around respecting the country, disrespecting the anthem, and all kinds of things. But I don't think any normal human beings actually care about that. Actually, I'll go further. I don't even think the guy who posted it cares about it. I don't think the guy who posted cares about it, which shows you just how bad the social click-like interaction economy is. Stupid. But biggest lesson is, damn, that guy is tall. Guy walking around the court he literally looks like this. It's like he's on stilts or something. Nobody's mad at this. It's all fake people that are mad. I agree. It's fake people that are mad, fake people that are complaining, fake people everything. He's also tall and lanky. It's probably uncomfortable to stand unsupported. That's true too. I can't even imagine being that tall. Normal door height. He couldn't fit under a normal door like this, right? At 7'4", I think he'd have to duck, just to get into the door frame. That's wild. That was a lot of in-depth sports talk. I need more manhole safety talk. I'll get to you in just a moment, sir. I assure you. When we come back, science has gone too far. And honestly, it's disgusting. speaking of science, quick question for you. This one goes specifically to all the parents out there, but everybody can chime in. When you're thinking about things that you give your child, there is a huge resistance that I'm seeing from parents who will not, they absolutely refuse to give their children AI toys. Any toy that contains artificial intelligence of some type. Parents are like, nope, that's where I draw the line. I will not give my child an AI toy. It's going to poison their mind. It's going to corrupt their brains. That's where I draw the line. Parents out there, would you buy your child an AI toy? A toy with some sort of AI capability? Yes? No? Let me know how you feel, parents. Let's gauge the resistance. I need an example of an AI toy. There's a lot of them. One that's kind of popular is, I think it's like a cube, and you tell it what you want it to draw, and it draws it for you, and it's all AI powered. That one seems sort of like, that one doesn't seem so bad to me. But I guess you would say some sort of toy that had an AI function that a child could interact with. Like, you might have some little bear, some little creature, some stuffed thing, and it's powered by AI, so there could be a two-way conversation. Funky says, I fight constantly with buying my daughter even a phone. Shonker says, not if it collects personal data. Is Teddy Ruxpin considered AI? No, Teddy Ruxpin is definitely not AI. For those of you who don't know, Teddy Ruxpin was a bear, and you put a cassette tape in his back, and then he'd go, I am Teddy Ruxpin, or something similar. No, I don't want any Chinese spies in my house. Absolutely not. No AI. It's going to make them stupid. They're already not getting critical thinking skills. Toys are intended to learn from, but if it's AI doing all the thinking, it's bad. I do wonder, like, how is that shockingly different than giving the kid a tablet? Which, what percentage of parents do we think give the kid a tablet? Like 90, 80? Maybe that's a little high. Is it shockingly different? Like, the tablet can get you to something that's AI powered, right? Is Mr. Predicto AI? On TMJ chat, yes. On Skull Mike, this one over here, no. We are coming back right now. Scientists have done the unthinkable. I want to know what you think about this. Stand by.
Big Lou at 800-345-2789.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. Thousands of homeowners have trusted us for their blinds that are easy to order, affordable, and guaranteed to fit. You measure at home, install yourself, and enjoy blinds made exactly for your windows. Blindster.com.
We all know music inspires creativity, but it also strengthens the area of a child's brain linked to math and language skills. Yet school music programs are disappearing across the country. The Save the Music Foundation, together with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and iHeartRadio, are restoring music education nationwide. Help give every child the chance to learn, grow, and thrive. Join the movement now at SaveTheMusic.org. Go to SaveTheMusic.org.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Real radio. 104.1.
Your front row seat to the most viral stories in the world. This is...
And parents, I want to know what you think about this. We'll work this in. Plus, a scientific breakthrough that is one of the more disgusting things we've ever talked about on this show. That's forthcoming in
I'll be the judge of that.
I want to know what you think about this story, Sealand, this big science breakthrough. You got a smile on your face now. I think when I tell you, you're going to be like, hell no.
Okay.
You're going to be like, no shot am I trying that. But hold on. Let me get to that in a bit. First, there's stories out there today. The New York Times and a couple of other outlets have been talking about a huge negative reaction from parents. Parents, a lot of them, in fact, the majority of them, are saying they fully resist and will never buy their children an AI toy. Anything with artificial intelligence is off the table. They don't want it in their kids' hands. I asked chat during the break, and almost everybody, parents and otherwise, were like, nope, not doing this. It's going to melt my kid's brain. It's going to make them even dumber. They're going to lose all critical thinking skills. I'm not buying my kid a toy that has AI in it. And although it's not that I disagree, right? Like I'm not disagreeing with that take necessarily because I can understand it. But how is it so far away from what every parent does in giving their kid the tablet? Which
I don't think it's that far away. Actually, I depending on what else is in the toy, it could be a lot more tame or safer than giving your kid a tablet. And I say that as somebody who gives my kid a tablet.
Well, do you think Jackson, your son, he's a tablet master? Do you think he's encountered AI on the tablet? Or no. Okay. So there's no chance that he's encountered AI just yet.
He has a couple little games he plays around with. Most of them don't have a point. There's no like purpose. There's no beating the game. Usually they're just little activities that get him to tap on stuff. It's like make sounds. It's an interactive thing. Correct. Mm-hmm. And the other thing is YouTube Kids. We got rid of regular YouTube because there were some problematic videos that kept showing up for him.
Mm-hmm. It happens. Yeah. And so he uses the tablet. I think that puts you in good company because I would say, I guessed on the stream, like 80% of parents give their kids the tablet or phone. You know, I've seen them just go. I've seen the parents frustrating in Costco. They're at the end of their rope and the parents are just like, here, take the phone. And the kid goes, yeah. And they take the phone and they're pounding on the parent's cell phone. I don't know that there's such a huge difference between those two, but there are so many parents that are completely against their kid having any sort of AI related toy. And I wonder where that's coming from. And they're all saying the same things that I'm seeing in chat right now. Somebody said 1,000% agree. I would never, ever, ever give my kid an AI toy. I mean, I think that some of these things they at least have the potential to make your kids a little bit smarter, a little more well-informed. I wouldn't want them solely doing this. We've seen what happens when kids just get obsessed. That's no good.
Yeah. For me, it's like when you hear AI toy, what are you envisioning? Are you envisioning a toy that's just a portal for ChatGPT or any of those other AIs that, people have become obsessed with, or one kid took his life because of, and then they're suing the companies over that. Like, just because a toy has artificial intelligence doesn't mean it's on the internet. Doesn't mean it's collecting your data. Not necessarily. And then, if it is, that's, a little more, you would probably want to watch over a little more, but it could just be a toy that they've given a very limited AI to have a personality. Like
what if there's a toy that taught your kids Spanish or something and it's based on AI?
Awesome.
That's useful. That's interesting. They're picking up a skill.
I would want that toy.
Yeah. So I
can habla español.
I mean, I think that this is one of the few things that I don't have like a fully rigid, rooted opinion on when it comes to the AI stuff, because I think some of the AI things are great and we should embrace them.
100%.
And I think some of the AI things...
boo, hiss, boo.
I think some of the AI things are brain rot, garbage, uselessness. AI art, AI, music, if you're actually trying to replace a band with AI.
Okay, so you asked me if my kid encounters AI. Well, you have to be more specific. Like, my kid watches YouTube videos And a lot of YouTube videos, especially for kids, are just straight up generated by AI.
You probably wouldn't even be able to stop that.
No, hell no. Unless YouTube upped their game on identifying AI and letting you filter it out. But you can't filter out a specific channel.
Yeah.
So it's such a broad term. AI is such an all-encompassing term that I think the bad apples in the technology are ruining it for everybody. Like I've said this before about Uber drivers, right? Uber is a huge company with thousands and thousands of contractors working for them. And when one Uber driver commits sexual assault over in Russia somewhere, they're like, Uber driver, there's an Uber driver, a rapist Uber driver.
It's like baby out with the bathwater kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're throwing out some of the good, because I know this probably won't be popular with certain quarters, but I look at some of the AI stuff and I go, that's genius. That's really going to help us. But I am worried, and there is some stuff that I think is bad that I don't want out there. I sort of want to pick and choose kind of thing, which is strange for me. Usually I'm like, here's the right idea on this. Here's how it's rooted in my thinking process and my morals and my logical structure that I use to view the world. But with AI, it's all over the place. If I had a kid, boy, like C-Lane said, I don't even know if you'd be able to say I'm 100% blocking my kid from interacting with AI. I think that's already too far gone.
I don't think he's interacting with it yet, but I'm sure once he, gets some form of it, he would probably love it.
Yeah, I think this is a thing that's building, and parents are pretty upset about this. So we'll hear from you today. If you've got thoughts, let us know. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com or email tips, TIPS, at thenewsjunkie.com. They say AI toys could weaken kids' bond with their parents. That's what this story says. Jonathan Haidt, the NYU Stern School of Business professor, whose book, The Anxious Generation, sparked a global debate about the impact of smartphones and social media, has a new concern: AI toys designed for children. He says, we're seeing a booming AI toy market. Chatbots are being put into dolls and teddy bears. And the AI toy market is growing by billions and billions every single year. Some parents say no. What do you say? Let us know with the dispatch or an email to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. All right, I want to get into this.
Easily, have, say, like an Elmo toy that, the developers behind it work with the people that hold the intellectual property rights for Elmo and, make sure that all of their scripts are written the same way and stuff. And you could develop an AI that's shut off from the internet.
True.
And all it does is talk at you and say cute things and be Elmo. And it doesn't have to evolve into telling your kid how knives work, and it doesn't have to do any of these crazy things. There's a lot of really cool things it can do.
Like it could never break free into doing something bad.
Right. Like we had these like computer games back in the day that they called the computer version that you would play against, like say you were playing chess, right? And they would call your computer opponent an AI. It was the name of the file. And it by the loosest definition of AI, it was an artificial, it was more of a decision-making engine than what we're looking at now. But like, that is something that, if all it does is play chess, I don't see how it's ruining your childhood or your life or, disconnecting you from your parents unless you're just playing chess all the time.
Yeah, that's why I don't find any way out of this other than like, some stuff is good. Let's take that in. Let's make our lives all better. Some stuff is bad. Let's reject that. Let's keep kids safe and everybody else safe. On one side, we can all say we don't want the AI coming up with new methods for biological weapons. But on the other side, like, if your kid's going to learn how to play chess by playing against an AI that replicates the moves of a chess grandmaster, nobody's really going to have a big issue with that.
No.
Or at least I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think that to be the case. All right, we have a lot of stuff to get to. I want to get through this scientific breakthrough that C-Lane seems excited about, but trust me, I'm going to tell you about it next, and you're not. Also, big thanks, huge support coming in from Cyclonus with 30 gifted subs.
Wow.
Secret Show subscriptions raining down. Premium access to the website and the News Junkie app, courtesy of Cyclonus, with 30 gifted subscriptions. Go claim yours right now on the app or the website while you can, thanks to Cyclonus for the 30 gifted subscriptions to premium access to the newsjunkie.com and the app. All right, a couple of emails very quickly. There's a lot of emails about the Ocala bombing. We're swearing that off. Somebody says...
Don't make it not fun, guys. Don't make it not fun.
When did the public decide, Anthony says to tipsthenewsjunkie.com, that you're supposed to place your hand over your heart for the national anthem? It was always the policy for the Pledge of Allegiance for me. You were always to rise and remove your hat. I remember some men placing their hats over their hearts, but it was not custom to place your hand over your heart. I think it probably has to do with the terror of looking the slightest bit different in this supercharged, camera-riddled world we've allowed social media to create. Love the show, says Tony. Tony, I literally think, as opposed to all of like the left-wing Team Blue purity test that you have, this is sort of like the opposite of that. This is like a right-wing Team Red purity test where it's like, whoa, hey, national anthem's playing. What are you doing? And I go, you mean the guy who's not even from this country, who's French? That dude who's still standing up and got his arms crossed across his chest? He's not taking a knee or anything? Like, okay, come on. This is stupid. You're doing the thing that the people you hate do. Stop with that, all right? Stop with that nonsense. All right, we want to thank again Cyclonus. Go get those while you can. A lot of people are jumping in chat to say thank you for those gifts. You can join in and support the show by doing the same, or just take a moment of your life. It's as little as $2.99 a month for just pennies a day. You too can show your support for this show over at thenewsjunkie.com by subscribing to Secret Shows. All right, the scientific breakthrough nobody was asking for. C-Lane's not going to be excited when he figures out what's going on here. Regardless, that's coming up next on the News Junkie.
It's never been easier to listen to Real Radio 104.1 wherever you go. Make us your number one preset on our free iHeartRadio app.
Traffic is currently backed up eastbound on I-4 in the Orlando.
Welcome behind the scenes of the show. This is Skomite. Commercial free. Guys, can I say something? I feel like the beverage market is completely out of control. Anybody else get that feeling? The beverage market is just completely out of control. There's some weird stuff entering the marketplace. Perhaps we've gone too far. One of the things that is sold out everywhere it's been available is a brand new energy drink called Goth Girl Spit. Goth Girl Spit energy drink dropped at the very end of May. A 12-pack is $36. Goth Girl Spit, $3 a can. A 12-pack is $36 for something called Goth Girl Spit, and they cannot keep it on the shelves. People are buying this in droves. I don't know what the hell's wrong with people. I don't know if this is a sign of our declining economy that beverages have gotten so expensive. And Arizona iced tea is hanging on to 99 cents like it's a thread in the Undone Weezer song video. What is going on? Gamer girl bathwater all over again? What would be worse, Goth Girl Spit or Goth Girl Piss? It's Goth Girl Spit. I guess I have to start here. Am I the only one noticing it? Does there seem to be a goth renaissance happening right now? Is there like a comeback of the goth culture? It faded out for a while, got replaced by other things, and I think goth is having a moment again. I think that's what's happening. It's just a phase? Whoa. Watch it. Did Josh buy them all? Probably. Goth girl spit. Josh probably would buy it. I feel like in the United States of America, goth is making a comeback. And right now, hopefully it spreads. Hopefully it spreads better than the hantavirus across this planet of ours. Way over here. In Japan. Something is having a moment right now. The most popular bands. They're not giant pop groups any longer. But in Japan right now, ska music is the most popular thing going. What year are we in? Ska, goth, it's all coming back, baby. Pick it up indeed. Let's go.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Yacht Rock Radio on iHeartRadio drops anchor and goes commercial-free every weekend. Weekends were made for smooth sailing. Yacht Rock Radio's got the soundtrack. Just sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy. The smoothest soft rock from the 70s and 80s. Open the free iHeart app, search Yacht Rock, and set sail.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human. Because the newspapers don't come with cliff notes or potentially offensive accents.
So good to be with you. Learn more about the show. It's easy to do. Go over to the website, thenewsjunkie.com right now. C-Lane seemed excited about this, but I think he's going to turn a corner here when he hears what's going on. You like food, right?
Love food.
That isn't meant to be some sort of veiled insult, just for the record, in case anybody's trying.
You like food, don't you?
This is my relatable hook for the audience. Like, you like food, don't you?
Yes. I was born at a very young age, and I really love food.
Yeah, I do. I'm Sean. I'm the strange person that really does like food. I'm into this. Well, science is absolutely broken. And I don't know exactly what to do to fix this, but scientists have gone rogue and they're weird and they've decided to do stuff like this. Now, let's see if C-Lane's still into it, because this story says from CBS News, they're not fighting enough about 60 Minutes over there. They're able to get a little bit of work done, and they cranked out this story that says scientists found yeast in a frozen mummy's guts, and they decided to use it to make some sourdough bread. All right? So they used to be like pouring concoctions into each other, and then they'd say, well, what can we create? What do we make, and what does it fix? And, boom, Propecia is invented, or, WD-40 or Gatorade. And now they said, we've got this mummy. I don't know how to pronounce this, C-Lane. O-E-T-Z-I? Etsy? Oetzi the Iceman? They've had this mummy called Oetzi the Iceman for thousands of years. This body of this frozen mummy has been sitting around.
I typed in Oetzi, and the suggestions are, first of all, the Iceman, shoes, tattoos, museum, yeast, Iceman, sourdough.
It's popping off. Here is, is this for real? Hang on. This is Ötzi the Iceman. I'll put this up on See It Now so you guys can take a look at the visual. But this is what they found. They found this frozen mummy that's 5,300 years old. And in South Park, when they found this type of person, they had an Eddie Bauer shirt on, I think, or something.
Well, the Iceman had been frozen since 1996. Mm-hmm. So when they thawed him, they put him in a controlled room where it was only stuff from 1996 that was around there. So I think they had him like listening to Ace of Base. This was only like 98 or 99. Like I don't remember when that episode came out, but it wasn't too far from 1996.
Somebody says it's pronounced Ötzi. All right, we'll go with that. Ötzi.
Yeah, the O with the two dots over it, the German umlaut that sounds similar to the U in fur, or the E in her, and then C. So, for Ötzi. Ötzi.
Ötzi. So the Ötzi.
It says rhymes with bootsy or footsie, which is two different words to me.
It's just like bootsy. It's very much like bootsy to me. So this person that they have found that's 5,300 years old, they said there's a little bit of yeast in the mummy's guts. Like they must have been eating something and there was yeast inside their body and it was preserved enough that scientists said, oh my God, we've discovered yeast on this old mummy. And then they decided to make bread with it because scientists are disgusting. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why. Anybody on Earth? Anybody that would try the mummy bread? Anybody? That's a no for me. I'm not eating bread from this thing. I got to get a screenshot of this for See It Now. This is unbelievable. And this is where the actual yeast came from that they are making some bread out of.
People who are into fermentation, sourdough, brewing, stuff like this, they like to experiment when it comes to yeast. And just see. They do, yes.
Do they?
For example, and I know that this is not the only person that I've heard speak of this, but this is the only person that has personally spoken of this to me. But I had a friend that was into brewing, and he said he always wanted to try to use human yeast.
I've heard of that too.
For making beer.
But guess what? I know immediately I'm not eating that. I have no interest in eating that.
You're not going to drink the human yeast beer?
No, hell no. Hell no. I put this up on See It Now so you can see the Iceman that was the genesis for this. It says, yeast has been growing in the guts of a frozen mummy called Ötzi the Iceman for thousands of years, scientists have discovered. And they've used it to make sourdough bread. He remained frozen on the ice until two German hikers stumbled across his mummified remains in 1991 in Italy. Since then, his stunningly well-preserved remains have been kept at the same temperature, minus 6 degrees Celsius, in his icy tomb. So they put him in a tomb, they keep him at minus 6 degrees Celsius, and then they could just take a look at this dude.
So he's not rotting.
No, he's not. I mean, he looks disgusting and vile in every way. It's like, I don't even know if I would want to come see this for like to pay a ticket. It is the cost of entry to go see this person's body after all these years. But they said inside they found what they call, quote, very good sourdough. The scientists discovered 4 different yeasts that can survive sub-zero temperatures in Ötzi's guts, in his skin, and in, get ready, brownish water that melted off his body when he was partially unfrozen. They took that from the Iceman and they decided to make some bread. And then someone, I guess, is going to eat this. These kind of yeast only live in very cold conditions, and they entered his body at some point, they believe. They said these yeast have accompanied Ötzi on his long journey through the millennia, and they reproduced it in a fridge. And they said they immediately wanted to make it into bread. After 3 months of effort, they made a very, very good sourdough. And now they're looking to introduce that to other people. And so I ask you the question, will you eat the old Iceman gut bread? All right? Ötzi, whatever his name is, you gonna eat this. Because mummy bread ain't for me. I'm going to be a hard pass on that one. I think most people are as well, but give us your thoughts. Send a dispatch over the newsjunkie.com.
I don't know. I'm very curious what it would taste like.
There's no way you would eat that.
I think I might try it.
Also, what are you opening up the world for? Isn't this how the horror movie starts? Like, we took the mummy's yeast and we've made it into a loaf of bread. And then the first person who eats the bread becomes Brendan Fraser or whatever. I don't know.
The first person that eats the bread is a long descendant of the person that shot that Iceman in the back with a bow and arrow, killing him and encompassing him in his icy tomb.
Yes, and then there's a curse, and then we can never get away from that.
That's how Widow's Bay happens.
Lisa on TNJ chat says, as I eat a sandwich, he's talking about mummy yeast bread. So I'm sorry. I apologize. Let's see what we got here.
I honestly, I don't think it would taste any different. I'm curious if it would. Like, what would the difference be?
I would have the difference in my mind. That's the problem.
So different yeasts like produce differently. That's why you have different yeasts for different beers or different sparkling wines. Like, it's because that's the way that they process the sugar into alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious if is it going to change the density of the bread, or what are we doing here?
Yeah, I think in your mind it would change everything.
Do you have to feed the Etsy yeast starter? Make a starter in your fridge like every other furloughed wife during COVID.
Yes, you're like a COVID
including
wife,
mine.
but you're making it out of a mummy gut, which is just disgusting to me. Okay, let us know what you think. Send your dispatches through. We got a couple of people commenting on things we talked about. Would you give your kid an AI toy? Here's Sharkbait with some thoughts on kids and AI.
Hey, junkies, what's going on? So I have a coworker, and her daughter is 10 years old. She does private schooling from home and is absolutely consumed in all of the technology and all of the AI chatbots, that it's become a problem that her schooling had started to falter because of it. And so friends trying to get her daughter back on track, and her daughter will start peeing herself, and the bed, the floor, if she doesn't get her tablet or her way, she pees herself. She's 10 years old. These kids are out of control. This is ridiculous. I don't have kids. I'm never going to have kids, but whoa. Okay, bye.
So, as a way to protest the parents taking away the devices, the girl is purposely peeing herself? That's quite the move. That's a lot of investment for trying to get your tablet. I mean, that shows you how much they love these damn things. All right, that's out there. Let's see. Here's one more for now. Here is a Muff Mouth with a dispatch for us.
What's going down, junkies?
Hey,
I got a friend of mine here that wants to talk to you. Hey, Sean.
No.
It's Opie.
No.
The Ocala Bear.
No, I'm stopping you there. I'm going to stop you ahead of this. Thank you for the dispatch.
I want to hear from Opie the Bear.
No. What is Opie the Bear? What even is this?
The Ocala Bear. He's probably going to tell us that there are no bombings in the area.
You know what's going to happen? It's not going to get funny. That's what's going to happen.
I know. That's why I want to hear it.
What's going down, junkies?
Come
I got
on.
a friend of mine here that wants to talk to you. Hey, Sean. It's Opie, the Ocala Bear.
It's terrible.
You couldn't be more right by saying there was no bombing out here, because there isn't. What they did was they came up with that.
Okay, so you see what I'm talking about? Is it getting funny? Are we approaching funny here? I don't know that we
Mouth
are.
is not approaching funny, but you having to sit through it is funny to me.
It's uncomfortable. I can't throw tomatoes at a dispatcher. Otherwise, I would. I would throw tomatoes at you. In fact, I'm in control of the website now. I should make it so I can throw tomatoes at your dispatch and they somehow appear on the dispatch. I may do that because I would be hitting the tomato button.
Rangers came up with that story to scare all the people from being out in the wilderness and make room for us bears and wildlife.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have a great time out here. Just remember, don't pollute. Give a hoot. And say no to forest fires.
Say no to forest fires.
That was the funniest thing you said. Say no to forest fires?
Hey, man, after the show, we're going to go around in the back, just where they can't see us, and try some Forest fires.
No, say no to forest fires. It's a
How about
gateway
drugs?
drug. Yeah, but all of it. Say no. Thank you for your dispatches.
Say
You
no
can
to
do better than him, I think. Let us know what you think. Send a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com right now. All right. When we come back, got some clips we got to get through. I've got hookers in Hopetown updates. There's more bombshells dropping in that case. More on the cruise murder mystery story. And a whole bunch that we have to get through, including they dropped body cam footage in the stolen Lego case we introduced you to yesterday on the show. After we do the hot sheet in a little bit, we'll get into the next layer of the onion for that stolen Lego caper. If you didn't hear it, don't worry. I'll bring you up to speed, and then you'll get to hear the crazy body cam footage that just leaked out or was released today. All that coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Wait, she shot a porno?
Yes.
No! The Monsters in the Morning.
Real Radio 104.
Boo! What was that? Stand by.
This report is sponsored by Summit Clinical Research. Every breakthrough
Stand by.
someone willing to take part. Summit Clinical Research is seeking volunteers with fatty
Boom! Cyclonus with the 30 gifted subscriptions. Bringing premium access to the News Junkie to 30 people. Now let's go see if they're still available.
But did you know he also does commercial and SBA loans? And if you have an existing SBA loan,
No, they're gone.
It's time to talk to that.
Okay,
You're paying too much. He might be able to get your rate into the sixes if qualified. So right now would be a good time to check with him. Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote today at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote. Thatmortgageguy.com.
Okay. Throw some support to us. Offer premium access to the News Junkie and the News Junkie app, and secret shows access via some gifted subscriptions, just like Cyclonus, to make up for that dog shit dispatch. Absolutely horrific. Big bombshell Lego theft body cam footage on the way. I'm excited to share that with you. Lots of updates on the way. By the way, there's more questions about 60 Minutes up in the air today. The question now, will anybody else leave following Scott Pelley out of there? Leslie Stahl, she's a huge name over at 60 Minutes. And they're saying, is she next? Is she going to walk out? Would you have a situation which would undoubtedly be a disaster for CBS, where everybody from 60 Minutes left, and then now 60 Minutes has to have like all new people? That's not a good look. That's not good for the brand. They want to try to keep people on board and maybe introduce some new stuff to reinvigorate 60 Minutes. But I don't know if she's got any thoughts to follow Scott Pelley. But Leslie Stahl is where everybody is looking now to see if she leaves. Who had the 2026 biggest beef of the year being 60 Minutes versus Legos? Yeah, but here we are. Joe Rogan to the rescue? Leslie is the one who interviewed Trump? Leslie Stahl's been at 60 Minutes for a long time. She's one of the people I sort of identify as one of the faces of the program. The other would probably be Scott Pelley. And he's gone. And he's in full bridge burn mode, right? He's now going fully against CBS, 60 Minutes, Barry Weiss, and all the rest. That lesbian Barry Weiss is really mixing things up over there. Did Sun State John get to claim Sean on his taxes as a dependent? I hope so. Adventure Seeker said they need to make 60 Minutes interesting where they give the story, but every other 5 minutes you take a shot or get a zap from the electric fly swatter. It's a TikTok generation. You got to keep people's attention, right? Sean loves MAGA. I renamed you. How did you not get renamed? I renamed you. I love Sean. Did it not work? It was my first step to ejecting you into the sun. I renamed you I love Sean, but it hasn't kicked through yet. So you've got a small reprieve with your username today. I'll give you a shot here. Tell me what right-wing segment 60 Minutes has aired. Go ahead. I'll wait. 1 minute. We're coming back. Sean loves Sean? No. His username is supposed to be I love Sean. But it didn't fix it just yet. Okay, we're coming back right now. Stand by, everybody. Stand by, I said.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Hey, it's that mortgage guy, Don. I can get you pre-approved in as little as 1 day, even if you're a first-time homebuyer. Get answers today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
ThatmortgageguyDon.com. Trajan Wealth, your trusted local fiduciary advisor. Visit TrajanWealth.com.
Radio. 104.1.
The biggest stories of the day in all their glory and insanity. You're listening to the news.
And over again. Good to see you. Good to be with you here on a Thursday. Join us with your emails and your dispatches. I'll work some more of those in just a moment. A lot of people still talking about the 60 Minutes thing. I'm kind of bored with it, honestly, because I feel like it's just riling up the very political people. And I think a lot of the discourse around it is kind of dumb. I'll just be real with you. A lot of the discourse around that, like so many other things, is just dumb, where you're like, well, I can't see what you're screaming at. I don't think this is as big of a deal as you do. And I don't think it's worth a lot of fretting over. But, you do you. And there were some people who thought that yesterday. We'll get into some of your emails here in just a bit, as I said. But real quick, let's see. I got a couple of clips I did want to work in. This one was pretty funny, I thought. I don't know what the intent was of this particular meeting at the White House, but Trump had a big printout, and he's trying to get people very impressed by the reflecting pool. And the reflecting pool, I've seen it before. You ever been to Washington, D.C., C-Lane?
I've driven through D.C. briefly, drove by the White House once or twice just to see it. I don't know if we drove by the monument or drove by the reflecting pool. You can see the monument.
Yeah.
But it was also very long ago, so I don't really remember.
I mean, it's big. The reflecting pool is big, and you've probably seen it in some great overhead photos and stuff over the years. But Trump is really trying to push this, and they did this weird thing where they were trying to show how impressive the reflecting pool was. And here we go.
I just had this done. I'm getting a first glimpse, but that's your size compared. So those are compared to Those are among the tallest buildings in the world.
Okay, so the sign says, our pool is bigger than skyscrapers. And it has the Lincoln reflecting pool at 2,030 feet. And then it's compared to the Willis Sears Tower. So they're still calling it the Sears Tower. The Empire State Building, the World Trade Center, and then obviously the reflecting pool. And it's our pool is bigger than skyscrapers, which it's kind of a weird way to compare things because pools are flat and buildings go up. And I mean, it just seems weird to compare them that way. I will, however, quibble with this chart over a completely different reason. And I think that the reason why Trump does this is because in his heart, he's a New Yorker and he believes in this nonsense.
Are you saying that you believe that the Sears Tower is bigger than the Empire State Building?
No, I wouldn't say that. No. I definitely wouldn't say that. I'm saying that the Sears Tower is definitely bigger than the Empire State Building.
Right.
Yeah. I'm saying that the true problem with this stupid chart showing a pool is bigger than buildings is that the Sears Tower is bigger than the Empire State Building, folks. When you build some stupid pointy things on top of your building, it doesn't make it any taller. This is pretendville. This is engaging in pretend nonsense. All right, your building stops at the height that people can do stuff. That's your roof. That's the end of your building. You put a 5,000-foot spike on the top of your building. You do not have a 5,000-foot taller building. This is stupid. This is dumb. And the Sears Tower, the Willis Tower, whatever you'd like to call it, is undoubtedly taller than the Empire State Building. They try to use a little trickeroony on this. New York doesn't want to say Chicago's got a bigger building. It's like a size thing. You know, it's mostly guys in political power who don't want to admit that the Willis Tower in Chicago is bigger than the Empire State Building, but it is. You see, you got the One World Trade Center. That's taller. You're good to go. It's taller than the Sears Tower. You're good to go. But I don't understand comparing things this way. Our pool is bigger than skyscrapers.
The Empire State Building, World Trade Center,
and pool.
Sears Tower, Chicago. So if you lay it on its side, you take 2 or 3 of them to fill it in.
Wait, hold on. That's not right.
No, it's not how it works.
The reflecting pool is 2,030 foot long, which I'm going to be honest with you is a damn impressive pool. Now, I will also make an argument, and you might say this is anti-American, but I don't really care. The Lincoln reflecting pool is, in fact, without a shadow of a doubt, the most boring pool that man has ever built. There is nothing. There are no slides. There's no lazy river. There's no net to play a game. There's no deep end. There's no nothing.
How do you know there's no deep end?
You want to make the Lincoln reflecting pool cool, C-Lane. You know what you do? You add a grotto. You add a little waterfall area.
You sound like the guy on that pool show I used to watch. He was always trying to upsell people into a grotto.
Yes, that guy. What was it? Wicked pools or crazy pools? Get that guy out there. The United States of America shouldn't just have the greatest party for our 250th anniversary. The Lincoln reflecting pool, we shouldn't be worried about how long it is. We're already good on that. It's very impressive. You know, size matters, and everybody's just shocked at how big it is. But it's the most boring pool that I've ever seen in my life. You get into the pool and you just keep walking, waist high, waist high, waist high, waist high. Nothing, no features, no fountains, no nothing. It is truly a shame that we have done that. It's not too late. We need 15, 20 grottos. We need the world's tallest slide. I mean, they already got that MMA thing going on, right? So I think this could be the next step. We could really make something happen here, and it would be way more impressive than the building situation. The only thing you're not going to sway me on, folks, is that the Empire State Building is taller than the Willis Tower. I'm sorry. I'm just firmly planting my feet down on that take, and I'll stick with it. What else do I have here? I did have some other. Oh, okay. There's been a lot of clips of Trump talking about grass lately. This is one of them. He loves grass. I didn't realize how into grass he was.
1922. Think of that. 1922. It hasn't worked. Never worked. From the day they built it, it never worked. But you're going to see that. And people are all thanking me because Washington's beautiful again. The parks are open. We changed the grass. You know, grass has a life also. Like people, grass has a life. And that grass hasn't been changed in 70, 80 years.
Grass lives matter, everybody. All right? Grass has a life. We need to treat it as such.
What grass is he talking about?
I don't know. Probably some Floratam. You know, a little bit of, I don't know any other kinds of grass other than Floratam.
You can't name any...
St. Augustine
there
Floratam.
There you go, St. Augustine.
St. Augustine Floratam is the exact type of grass. I'm being specific here. Then there's various other types of grass.
Bahia.
Like, what? What was that?
Bahia.
Bahia? Yeah, Bahia. Everybody knows Bahia. Yeah, I was going to say that too, but you said it before me, so I'll let you have that one, and we'll fight over it later. One
Not
more
fighting you over grass.
From the White House here. Now they're talking about the meaning of the word ceasefire. Let's listen up.
How do you define ceasefire? How do you define ceasefire?
Pretty much the way it is. It's a different part of the world. You know, I'd say in that part of the world, ceasefire is when you're shooting in a more moderate manner.
He's saying in the Middle East, it's a ceasefire still if you're shooting in a more moderate manner, which is probably true. That's more true than the pool comments, for sure. But give us your thoughts on all of this. Weigh in.
It's not just ceasing fire. We just stop firing, right?
No. Ceasefire in other countries is different than in the Middle East. In the Middle East, when they cease fire, they still fire. It's like a little bit less fire, though. So just historically, that's how it's worked over there. All right, I want to get into some of your emails here and see what you have to say. This is about the bombing of the forest, Here's Nicole with a dispatch. Nicole says, hi, a few weeks ago, you mentioned how fun it could be browsing at Home Goods. Did I? We get to that on the show. I forgot why exactly, but I discovered the lead lady. She's built a huge following by going into Home Goods, grabbing random stuff, mostly dishes and kitchenware, and testing them out for lead. She started doing this after her daughter suffered from lead poisoning. Jesus. She's saying they got stuff with lead in it? I don't know if that's true, by the way. I'm not stamping this with my approval. Just thought you might find her work interesting. Have a good day, says Nicole. I'll check that out. I appreciate the email for sure. Yours is coming in next over at tipsathenewsjunkie.com. Ken says on the mummy bread, no effing way am I eating that mummy bread. It ain't happening. I think most people are going to be in line with that take, Ken. This is Lena's dad who says, hey, Sean, to tipsathenewsjunkie.com. I found this video news report. All the other news sources make it seem as if the cop was at fault for clicks. However, this dumb kid was clearly at fault. This is horrible. And it says a teen on an e-scooter was hit by a Flagler deputy in a patrol car, a 15-year-old kid. Let's see what they say over at WESH. Hang on, let me get this story playing if I can.
Justin, tonight, another scare involving an electric scooter in Central Florida. This time, a teen survived a close call with a Flagler County deputy, and it was all caught on that deputy's camera. This happens fast, so we're going to show it to you a couple of times, but take a look. All right. The video shows the deputy driving down a road in Bunnell, and there it was right there. When the teen comes down a side street, ran a stop sign, and collided with the deputy's patrol car. But if you see what happened here at the last second, that 15-year-old appears to try to bail off the scooter when the collision happened. Moments later, you see here, he popped right up. The sheriff's office says they were not seriously hurt, but they are putting this video out as a reminder to all parents.
I disagree with the email. I don't think that was made to use the cops to look bad in that report. This is a report she linked to, or they linked to, whoever sent this over. Lena's dad, I guess. Lena's dad sent this over. I didn't think that made the cops look bad. I think it made the kid look bad on the e-scooter. He was hauling ass. He ran the stop sign. He drove in front of the cop car. It was used, as far as I can tell, to show that there is more dangers of these kids riding these e-scooters around. Maybe you saw something different. I mean, I think that, that didn't wasn't painted in the light to make the cop look bad to me, but let us know what you think. Send your dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, quick break. When we come back, the hot sheet, then we'll get into the updates about this Lego thievery, the $200,000 world record Lego Star Wars set that has set the internet on fire, the Lego collection that was stolen by this bricks and minifig store that we talked about yesterday. It's just now kind of breaking through from internet viral fame into some actual reporting, and they released new body cam footage in this. It may tell us something. I've got the body cam footage, and we will check that out. So we'll get to that right after the top of the hour. And, of course, as I said, the hot sheet coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with Tom and Dan. Brought to you by MyEternalVitality.com and Modern Plumbing Industries. At 9 p.m., it's Real Laughs with comedians James McGill and Ken.
Hello. Welcome to the show. Fritz on the Street coming up at 1 o'clock. Oh, I forgot about that. We're going to do Fritz on the Street, and then we'll do the Lego body cam footage. Forgot about that. We got Fritz on the Street coming up at 1 o'clock. Then we'll do the Lego body cam saga stuff. I got some juicy stuff on that story. Did anybody think that made the cop look bad? I don't know if I agree with the email. In fact, I don't. I didn't think that particular story made the cop look bad at all.
Let someone merge. Good karma. Leave space between cars. Good karma.
Hello?
Driving habits can help you keep calm and in control.
Hell yeah. Party time. What? Hell yeah. Party time. Did you have a good time out there?
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Lots of stuff.
Did you see anything cool?
No.
Okay. All right. All right, cool. Cool. See you later. That's Courtney, ladies and gentlemen. One and only Courtney. Stand by. Okay, there we go. I'm more of a Lincoln Logs kind of guy. That's fine. I think this story's for everybody, even the Lincoln Loggers out there. Can we bet on Fritz on the Street? You bet your ass you can bet. TNJ chat, they're taking bets right now on who will win Fritz on the Street. May I remind you, I won last week. That's right. I won. You bow when I bow. I won last week. Don't you forget it. She saw at least 6 cool things. She's keeping her secrets. Probably true. All right, a couple minutes and we're back live. Bet all your money on Sean to win Fritz on the Street. 2 weeks in a row, I'm going to do it. Oh, by the way, for everybody who is owed redemption items like magnets and everything else that you can get when you gift Secret Shows subscriptions or sign up for Secret Shows, I just built some new software for the back end that runs everything so that I can process those gifts a hell of a lot easier. I got a little more tweaking to do, and then I'm going to have a setup where once a week I could just hit a button. It takes everything that everybody's owed. I buy one thing of postage, I print them out. It gives me a little sheet telling what to put in each envelope, and then I put them in the mail. And so I can do those much more regularly. So I'll probably send everything that's owed out this weekend, all right? You won 2 weeks ago? Didn't I win last week, though? Hang on. Don't mess with me here. Didn't I win Fritz on the Street last week? 2 weeks ago? Who won last week? I want Mr. Predicto? You got it, buddy. I think C-Lane won last week? No. Is that true? I thought I won last week. I won recently. I didn't win last. Okay, I believe you. I believe you. Dawn won last week? I need to email I won? I went, no, now I can't trust anybody. C-Line won last week. Dawn won last week. I'm still waiting on my money for sponsoring the official News Junkie baby from 2019. He's 7 now? Wow. That's incredible, man. He's like a whole ass person now. How many Villages water supplies did you use to make that software? Not enough. I aim to squeeze all of the water out of all of the villages with my AI use. And that's the only way I'll ever know I'm done. When all of the villages just, they're quenched, or their lack of quench. All of the villages, their quench quest has been stomped by my AI use.
At some point, body pain may creep.
All right, here we go. We're coming back.
Insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-345-2789.
At some point, body pain may creep in and become your reality that day. But Aleve is here to keep you moving. One pill gives you up to 12 hours of body pain relief. So don't let pain hold you back. Try Aleve today. Use as directed.
48 countries. Only one winner. iHeartRadio and Fox Sports are bringing you every match of FIFA World Cup 2026.
Live. Every unforgettable moment wherever you are. Lock in your preset now on the free iHeartRadio app.
The world will be listening.
This portion of the News Junkie is brought to you by that mortgage guy, Don.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with that mortgage guy, Don.com.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
And then Fritz on the Street at the top of the hour, the greatest game in all of radio. After that, more drama on the Lego theft front. If you're not initiated on the Lego theft front, don't worry, I'll lay it all out for you. It's good drama. And we now have some body cam footage to play and listen to and see if we can learn anything more about this scandal unfolding and taking over the internet. All of that is on the way. More of your dispatches as well. In fact, maybe we might have time to work one in. No, we'll wait. We'll work a couple more in the next hour or so we can keep those flowing through and getting your input in on the show. But right now, let's do the hot sheet.
Check the hot sheet. It's news. But not like real important news.
Best investigative reporting on the planet.
The top stories from the people on your screens and speakers are on the hot sheet with C-Lane.
Tell me why.
That's right. It's the top 5 stories in the nonsense news here for you. And I happen to have 2 back-to-back stories about interviews given recently that involve very famous actors and their breakout roles. First of all, Paul Rudd's got a movie that's dropping this weekend. And so he was, they're doing the circuit. They're doing all the interviews. And Paul Rudd he revealed in his interview, he did not actually, was super excited about the role that most people would kind of call his breakout performance. This is our first glimpse at Paul Rudd. Do you remember where we first met Paul Rudd?
Oh my God, the first role it's not I Love You, Man. That would be
No, way before that.
I can't remember the first thing I saw Paul Rudd in.
He played the stepbrother become love interest of one Miss Cher.
Clueless.
In Clueless, that's right, with Alicia Silverstone. Paul Rudd originally wanted to play a role in Clueless other than the one he landed. The actor said he considered the other role the coolest character in the movie. He wanted to be the cute guy. Director Amy Heckerling let Rudd read for both Christian and Josh and ultimately cast him in the latter role. Rudd wasn't strongly invested in participating in the project at all. After the audition was done, the actor said, I wasn't on the phone with my agents like, did I get it? Did I get it? He was already busy getting excited about other opportunities like stage productions in New York City. Said I was 25 or 26 at the time, and I was about to be on Broadway. Weirdly enough, I feel like Paul Rudd hasn't aged that much since Clueless. Like he must have either looked like a really old 25 or 26 or just like maybe got to that point and then just kind of plateaued and just stayed. Because Paul Rudd,
talented guy, though.
Very, very funny guy. He's doing the press junket for his latest movie coming out. And then John C. Reilly said in an interview, and this is kind of hilarious to me because, like, what if it had worked? John C. Reilly said he once sat down with Leonardo DiCaprio and tried to convince him to star in Boogie Nights instead of Titanic.
Okay. What would have been a different world we'd be living in right now if that happened, I guess?
The actor told his What's Eating Gilbert Grape co-star that he shouldn't miss the opportunity to work with his amazing director, Paul Thomas Anderson. We were trying to get Boogie Nights put together. Being in porn was thought of as taboo. It's hard to even imagine now.
Well, he was just in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. He did some things in that movie that were,
I never saw.
Oh, isn't that
Gilbert Grape?
I thought there was some stuff in that movie.
I don't know. All these actors and their managers and agents were like, no, don't. There's a penis in the movie. Don't do Boogie Nights. And then they're trying to get Leonardo DiCaprio to do it. And John C. Reilly said, I sat with him on Hillhurst there in Silver Lake. I said, dude, this movie is about a boat that sinks. Everyone knows the boat sinks. Nobody's going to give an S about who's on the boat. Luckily for Leonardo DiCaprio, he did not take that advice. This next story kind of makes me sad.
Oh, he played a mentally disabled kid in What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
That's what I thought. Like Gilbert Grape was.
Yeah, I thought there was a scene where he it did some things. Maybe that's a different movie I'm thinking.
Is it because of the title? Do you think like What's Eating Gilbert Grape just lends itself to some sort of sexual?
Was it a basketball one? Wasn't there one where he did some gay stuff? Somebody will know what I'm talking about. There was way back
Email
in the
tips at the newsjunkie.com about
the nose junkie.
Leonardo's gay stuff. This next story, it makes me kind of sad because when you think of this actor, I want to think of him as his most famous role. But as Ted Lasso prepares to officially return for a fourth season, fresh attention has landed on comments made by Hannah Waddingham, the woman who plays the owner of the team.
The blonde lady, right?
Yeah, the blonde lady, the British one. And I guess she made comments during a recent interview that she has an ongoing love-hate relationship with Jason Sudeikis because of his tendency to rewrite scenes at the last minute.
Oh.
He's starting to develop. And now that she's said this, other people are chiming in. According to sources, Sudeikis has developed a reputation in Hollywood for being difficult to work with due to his intensely hand-on and perfectionist approach. One insider claiming Jason is known in the industry as someone difficult to work with. What Hannah said is not surprising. That seems typical of Jason. A lot of people in the industry also have that same love-hate relationship with him. Obviously, the allegations are particularly striking because Ted Lasso is synonymous with warmth and positivity, especially during the pandemic when everybody got into that show.
Whatever you guys are doing, it's working on that show. So just keep doing whatever led you to make everybody enjoy the show. By the way, they're saying Basketball Diaries was the movie.
Oh, Basketball Diaries.
Yeah.
With the gay stuff.
Yeah, with Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, all right. And speaking of Ted Lasso, I almost didn't want to do the story. I'm not trying to step on toes. I'm not even going to play the song. But they got this new movie, or I don't think it's a series, I think it's a movie, Office Romance with Jennifer Lopez.
All right.
And now J-Lo's friends are trying to ship her and Brett Goldstein, also of Ted Lasso fame. You know, the British guy, Roy Kent from Ted Lasso?
Yeah, I recognize him from the cover here.
Yeah. So they're in this movie together, and they are the two that are in the Office Romance. And the friends are telling Us Weekly she and Brett have great chemistry, and that made working together on set easy and enjoyable. Despite their pals' hopes, Lopez not currently looking for love at the moment. She says she's in a really good place right now and is pretty much sworn off dating for the time being.
Oh,
so
get out of here.
She's usually in a relationship, Sean, so she's genuinely enjoying this time being single. and focusing on herself.
People always look at this and they'll be like, that's how you know Jennifer Lopez is a bitch because, she's been with all these men and she's always divorced. And I go, you don't get it. This is what happens when you're a mega busy celebrity. They don't have time for anybody other than themselves. And they love themselves more than anybody else. So this is what, in Hollywood, it's not a sign that somebody's a bitch because they keep going to get divorced. They're in relationships where they see each other like 3 months a year. Can't have a marriage where you see the other person 3 months a year. That's not a marriage. What is that? So that's why that ends up this way. But they kind of look like they make sense together. Though.
I also kind of think I've heard other things that make her sound like kind of a bitch.
Oh, really? Oh.
She's very demanding. Like her writer for certain.
So are you? Yeah, but we don't say that about you around.
For certain, if nobody calls me a bitch, yeah, because I'm not. But I've heard stories where she participated in some charity music video. Mm-hmm. And she demanded like all kinds of stuff that cost the producers of it money. Like she had to have all these white couches and everything had to be white and satin and all that stuff. And she didn't even use it.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's what they do, though. That's like a part of the writer thing. That most of the people
get the writer. It's for a charity.
Did you, when you got the writer for Juvenile, when he performed at one of our shows, did you go in there and make sure Juvenile utilized all of the things on his rider?
The 3 bottles of scotch or whatever? That wasn't Crevassier. I forget what brand it was.
Did you make sure he was using all the amenities at the Margaritaville Resort we put him up at? Did you do that?
I counted out his $10,000 in cash. I know he utilized that. On the domestic release schedule, because it's Thursday and we're taking a look at what's happening at the box office, I already mentioned the comedy drama musical Power Ballad with Paul Rudd, Nick Jonas, and Peter McDonald and Rory Keenan is out this weekend. Plus Scary Movie, the reboot of Scary Movie, which I saw one headline there that were like, they should have left that one alone, but Anna Faris returns with Regina Hall, Marlon Wayans, and Chris Elliott. Masters of the Universe, the sci-fi one, is being released by Amazon, and at the end of the weekend, a limited re-release of Robin Williams and Nathan Lane in
a Birdcage.
The Birdcage. You got very close. Now I'm just picturing two of them in a birdcage.
I forgot. I've seen it a long time ago. I like Nathan Lane. I think he's a good actor.
Nathan Lane's really great. Really good in Only Murders. Really good in all the stuff he does. Hey, if you have a mortgage rate with a 7 or 8 in front of it, you should be checking into a refi immediately. You're paying too much, and that mortgage guy, Don, wants to help you save some money. So he can look into a refinance for you. He can run the numbers. And if you already have a quote and you're just taking it from the bank and you go, oh, this is my quote. Don't do that. You need to shop around, and Don's going to help you. So if you take that quote, go to his website, That Mortgage Guy Don, take a picture, upload it, and Don will review it with you and tell you if you're leaving money on the table. It's super easy, and you could do it today at thatmortgageguydon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguydon.com.
Thank you, C-Lane. Did you see there's one dude, they had all these elections this week. Most people were talking about the mayoral race in Los Angeles with Spencer Pratt and Karen Bass, but there was all these different elections going on. One of them that grabbed my attention was this guy, Turek. Did you see him at all? This Josh Turek guy?
I have not, no.
Here's why. He was going just door to door knocking to try to get votes. And they were recording him for the news. And the brutal thing is, he's in a wheelchair. So some of the houses he was going up to didn't even have access for wheelchairs. So this guy's going door to door, and he's like dragging himself up on some of the people's patios. He's on the ground, knocking on the bottom of their door. Like, this guy went all of the extra miles. Here it is. Look. Knocking on their door in his wheelchair.
This is how I won all my state house races, so I've got a lot of experience on stair climbing.
He gets out of his wheelchair, drags himself up on the people's front porch.
There's nothing like face-to-face interaction, and especially, like you've got a guy in a wheelchair that crawls up the stairs to get your vote. It means a lot.
Yeah, I got to tell you, that might win me over. I might look out and be like, I looked down, and the guy's dragged himself up onto my front stoop in his wheelchair.
Especially if you didn't see the video we just saw of how he did it. And you're just looking there at a guy who's on the top of your 5 or 6 step stoop in his wheelchair, and you're like, Hey, man. How can I help you?
Somebody says, I don't want politicians crawling to my door. Man, it would get me. Just get a bullhorn? What are you guys talking about? If this guy crawls up to my front door, jettisons his wheelchair, and drags himself up to my front door, and I open the front door, and he's like, hey, my name's Josh Turek, and I want your vote. I don't even care what your ideas are. I feel bad right now. You're on the ground.
I mean, you should probably care what his ideas are.
No, I don't care. What's he going to do? What damage is he going to do? These
Why?
Other
Because of the
in
wheelchair?
Washington,
You think he can't do any damage because he's crippled, Sean?
It's
my
not that.
gosh.
If he can't get to the vote, all I'm saying is give the guy.
He's trying to be the
chance.
next Madison Cawthorn.
Yeah, the guy can't even get up to your front door to try to get the vote. Pierogi says, I respect it. I respect the grind. The literal grind of his body against the ground as he's trying to jettison up a couple of votes.
I thought you meant just grinding that wheelchair up those stairs as he drags him up there.
This guy, I don't care.
Very impressive.
What team you're on or whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. Do me a favor. Don't be crazy, and don't be like anybody else in Washington, and we're good. All right, give me something good. I'm trusting you, wheelchair guy. There he was. He was wheeling house to house, Mr. Turek, and not even sure what his politics are, but he was putting in the extra work there, I guess. All right, quick break. When we come back, the greatest game in all of radio, it's going down. Fritz on the Street, and you can play along with us. Now, here's how it works. All of us, myself, C-Lane, and that mortgage guy, Don, are going to pick somebody to fight for. And if we fight for you and we win, you win yourself a prize. And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Merritt Island Fest, featuring Landon McNamara and Inner Circle, June 6th and 7th. Details at merrittislandfest.com.
Keep an eye out for road rangers clearing up some debris at the intersection where Colonial Drive meets Kirkman Road.
Fritz on the Street is next. How do we do it around here on the street? We do it commercial free. You know what I mean? We hang out. We debate. We talk about exclusive stories that they don't get on these fine radio stations that carry the show. But what we want to know is who wants to be on our team. That mortgage guy, Don, is going to choose somebody. He's doing it right now over on the YouTube side. C-Lane's going to choose somebody. And I will choose somebody. Sean, I love your eyebrows. Pick me. What's wrong with... when it's you, I always feel like it's a sly insult. What's wrong with my eyebrows? Are they good? They're a little caterpillar-y, aren't they? Come on, Sean, you never pick me? Are you nice to me or mean to me? That's what... This is really going to determine who I pick. I need people who are nice to me. Team Sean. All right, let's see. Okay. Sean. All right. Hello? What's it doing? Oh, hang on. Let me see if I can get in.
First playoff game in franchise history with a trip to the United Bowl presented by Credit One on the line. Tickets are just $10. Plus, fans can score a commemorative playoff T-shirt at the gate while supplies last. The location changed. The mission has it. Be part of Orlando Storm history. Get your tickets now at UFLStorm.com.
It's the white screen thing?
Stress-free way. Yeah, I did that last time.
You want me to just restart it? Okay, which one is it? It's the one on the bottom, the one out of the rack?
Yes.
Okay, stand by.
Is the simplest way to sell your home. With our guaranteed offer, you're always in control. You can eliminate all the hassle.
Sean picked me because F it, what do you have to lose? I have to lose the whole game. I don't want to lose anything. All right, hang on. Oh, shoot. Okay, there we go. I'm in. I'm restarting Mac Mini 1, folks. Guest Mini 1. All right, we're powered off. 1 Mississippi. 2 Mississippi. 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi. Reboot started. Okay. Tower is back together. Oh shoot, I had chosen someone. I got back with my ex because he crawled to my front door. Hey, over here. Sean, bend over and spell run. Okay, well, I'm definitely not picking you. Here we go. It's coming down to it. I'm going to pick... I don't know about that person. Okay. Okay, I got somebody. Here we go, coming back.
I turned 65 this year. I knew it was time to figure out Medicare, and I had questions, like when to enroll and how to enroll. So I went straight to the official source, Medicare.gov, to get the facts about Medicare. I found answers to all my questions, and I'm ready to get started. And so can you. Just go to Medicare.gov to get the real facts about Medicare.
Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got a question after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Guaranteed human.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword music to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's music to 200-200. Radio 104.1.
Join in on the chaos. We eagerly await your dispatch. This is
And all of radio, the showdown rolls on just minutes from now. And you can learn more about the show, obviously, by going over to the website, which is thenewsjunkie.com. All right, here's how it works. With Fritz on the Street, everybody playing Fritz on the Street, we have to pick somebody to represent in this game. And that means a lot, because if we pick you and we represent you in Fritz on the Street and we win, you win, and you get yourself a prize. And I have chosen to start things off here. Mike the Mountie, I think, on YouTube is who I am going with.
All right.
Representing Mike the Mountie. Who are you playing for, C-Lane?
I had Hippie Wo Vicky reach out to me on Instagram, so I picked her.
Hippie Wo Vicky. And Don, have you selected somebody to play for here?
I have indeed. I've got a special request for the Tanya Morgan. I'm going to play for Tanya today.
All right. Tanya, the Tanya Morgan is who Don is playing for. That gives us 1, 2, 3 locked in. Now we need some sort of amazing host for this this bit here. Fritz, are you with us, friend?
You bet both of your balls.
All right. Only way to do it. Here we go. Let's do Fritz on the Street.
Now it's time for Fritz on the Street.
Hello, Sean. Hello, Don. Hello, C-Lane.
Hello. Yeah.
Fritz on the Street. Hello. Fritz on the Street is sponsored by That Mortgage Guy Don and Home Loans Radio each Saturday, 9 to 10:30 a.m. You can text in Ask your question about buying a home, maybe getting a lower rate, selling a home, you name it. We cover it all on Home Loans Radio. You can also compare your quote if you go to thatmortgageguyDon.com. So why delay? If you have a quote, compare your quote today at thatmortgageguyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat. Compare your quote with thatmortgageguyDon.com.
In first place with 149 points for Fritz on the Street, that would be Mr. Christopher Lane.
That's a good one.
In second place with 134 points, that would be Mr. That Mortgage Guy Don.
All right.
In third place with 116 points, Mr. That Sean Wasson.
Oh, 116.
That's a good one.
Yep, 149, 134, and 116. 8 questions. 4 current event questions and 4 general knowledge trivia questions. I go to the bar each Tuesday night, Cavo's Bar and Kitchen, so you don't have to. And I ask bar participants who have stayed over time after playing trivia. And then your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to chime in for that bonus point and then tell me out of 8 answers how many got that question right. Is everyone in?
Yeah, I am ready.
Right.
I'm ready.
Without further ado, question number 1. Goes like this. Last week, a rocket exploded along Florida's space coast.
Sea-Lane.
Sea-Lane.
That would be Blue Origin.
That is correct. That belonged to which company? Rounds out that question. Sea-Lane, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Blue Origin?
7.
7.
I'll say 6.
6 for Sean.
7.
And 7 for Don. Question number 1 with answers of 6 and 7. Last week, a rocket exploded along Florida's space coast. That belonged to which company?
Blue Origin.
Blue Origin. Blue Origin. Not Bezos.
Blue Origin, yeah.
Blue Origin. Them.
Blue Origin, Amazon.
Blue Origin?
Blue Origin.
That would be 8. So Don and Sea-Lane with a guess of 7, picking up 1 point each. We have a mystery participant, by the way, on this panel.
Is he the guy who hated Blue Origin?
Nope.
That guy?
That was Elon Musk.
Yeah, it might have been, yeah.
Moving on now to question number 2. Question number 2. What is a particle of light called?
Don. Photon.
Photon is correct.
Damn it.
Don, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said photon?
4.
4.
5.
5 for Sean.
I like 4.
And 4 for Sea-Lane. Question 2 with answers of 4 and 5.
Ding, 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 ding.
That means someone is picking up 2 points. They got it right on the money. What is a particle of light called?
Lumen.
Photon?
Photon.
Hooray. Photon.
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 Atoms.
That would be 5. So Sean is picking up 2 points.
Yeah!
And Sea-Lane and Don with your guess of 4, each picking up 1 point. Question 3 now goes like this. Which Maine Democratic Senate nominee is now facing sexting accusations, his latest in a long line of scandals?
Oh, what's his name?
Maine.
Oh, no. The guy with the tattoo and then the thing and then the... Sean. I have a name in my head, but I know it's the wrong name. All that's in my head is Talrico, but it's not Talrico.
It is.
I can't remember his name, and pass. Damn it.
A pass for
Sea-Lane.
Sean. Sea-Lane.
Talrico.
That is incorrect.
Damn it. Man, it was
Worth a
better
shot.
than anything I had.
Don. Is it Abrams?
No, that would be Graham Plattner.
That's it. Yeah.
Don, you got question 2, right? We will start with you. Out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Graham Plattner?
2.
2.
I'll say 1.
1 for Sean.
I also like 1.
And 1 for Sea-Lane. Question 3 with answers of 1 and 2.
Ding, 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 ding.
Somebody knows. Which Maine Democratic Senate nominee is now facing sexting accusations, his latest on a long line of scandals?
Good Lord. I don't know.
Pass. I have no idea.
Plattner.
Don't know.
Plattner?
I haven't heard this one at all. I don't like this pass.
John F.
That would be 2. So Don is picking up 2 points. Sean
I like
and
it.
Sea-Lane with a guess of 1, each picking up 1 point. Question number 4 is upcoming. After question 4, I'll tell you who so far is leading on the day, because that's the halfway point. Question 4. What legendary funk band was formed by George Clinton? Sean.
Parliament Funkadelic.
That is correct. Parliament. Parliament, P-Funk. You name it. It's all correct. Sean, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said Parliament?
5.
5.
6.
6 for C-Lane.
3.
And 3 for Don. Question 4 with answers of 3, 5, and 6.
Ding, 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 ding.
Make my funk a P-Funk. What legendary funk band was formed by George Clinton?
Parliament?
Parliament. I'm useless tonight.
Oh.
Okay.
Parliament Funkadelic. Parliament or P Funkadelic, whichever you choose.
Parliament?
Parliament.
That would be 6. So C-Lane is picking up 2 points on that one. And Sean, with a guess of 5, picking up 1 point. That means 4 down with 4 questions remaining in first place with 6 points. C-Lane / Hippie. Whoa, Vicky.
Just barely.
And we have a tie for second and third place, 5 points each. Don / the Tanya Morgan and Sean / Mike the Mountie.
Close game, gentlemen. Yes.
This is tight right
Yeah,
now.
baby.
We got this. We got this, Sean.
6,
All right. Yeah,
5,
let's knock him down and beat him up here a little bit in the second half.
Now, the second half begins with question 5. Hunger strikes have led to continual protests and clashes outside an ICE detention facility in which U.S. city?
Sean. New York City?
That is incorrect.
C-Lane.
C-Lane?
San Antonio.
That is incorrect.
You just said that because it's by the border.
Yeah.
Don.
Don.
Chicago.
That would be Newark.
Damn it.
Sean, you got question 4, right? We will start with you. How many do you think out of 8 said Newark?
3.
3.
1.
1 for C-Lane.
2.
And 2 for Don. Question.
Last time I had 1 and Don had 2. He took me.
Question number.
What, buddy?
It was consensual.
Question number 5 with answers of 1, 2,
For you.
and 3. Hunger strikes have led to continual protests and clashes outside an ICE detention facility in which U.S. city?
Newark? Oh. I just saw that. Newark.
Miami?
Jersey City. Newark.
Newark, New Jersey?
New Jersey, Newark.
Newark. Wow.
That would be 6.
All right.
So no points awarded on that one. We do have 3 questions remaining. On to question 6 now. Which bone is known as the patella?
Don.
Don.
The kneecap.
Kneecap is correct. Don, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said kneecap or knee? Great band, by the way, Kneecap.
7.
7.
5.
5 for C-Lane.
No way. 3.
And 3 for Sean. Question 6 with answers of 3, 5, and 7.
Ding, 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 ding.
Come on, baby.
One's picking up 2 points. Which bone is known as the patella?
Patella's in your knee. Your kneecap. The kneecap.
The kneecap?
Your knee.
The ankle bone.
The kneecap.
Knee.
That would be 7.
Yeah,
So
baby.
Don's hitting a 3-pointer on that one. And no other points awarded. Question 7 means 2 questions remain. Question 7. Recently, which movie opened to $81 million? Sean.
Backrooms.
Backrooms is correct. Full question. Recently, which movie opened to $81 million? The largest opening in history for an original horror film. Sean, do you have any plans to go and see it?
We were going to see it last night, but we're going to see it on Saturday instead.
Yeah.
It looks interesting. I like anything with like some new, ideas behind it. And I like these young people kind of taking over at the box office. I think that's great.
Absolutely. Out of 8 answers, Sean, how many do you think said Backrooms?
I mean, it must be good, right? It's on fire. This movie's doing well. I'm going to say 7.
7.
4.
4 for C-Lane.
4.
And 4 for Don. Question 7. I see what you did there, Don. Question 7 with answers of 4 and 7. Recently, which movie opened to $81 million, the largest opening in history for an original horror film?
Don't know.
I'm so off of movies, so I pass. Oh, Backrooms. The Backrooms.
Backrooms?
Scary Movie 5.
Paddington Bear 4.
That would be 3. So Don and C-Lane with a guess of 4, each picking up 1 point.
That last one sounds like they're in the witness protection program or something.
Scary Movie 5 is not even out yet, for God's sake.
No.
Jesus.
Paddington Bear 4 is going to be hot, though.
Yeah.
Opening with 21 million.
Question 8, that's the last one. But before we do, let's take a look at the leaderboard. In first place with 9 points, Don/the Tanya
boy.
Morgan. In second place with 7 points, C-Lane/Hippie Woe Vicky. And in third place with 6 points, Sean/Mike the Mountie.
Hell, I thought I was doing good. Damn it.
9, 7, and 6. Question
You
8.
have 1 more point than you did at the halfway point.
I noticed that too, okay?
Question 8. What is the capital of India?
C-Lane.
C-Lane.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Don.
Dubai.
That's incorrect. Don.
New Delhi.
New Delhi is correct.
C-Lane says Dubai for everything.
No, I don't.
Yeah. You said Dubai for like 11 countries in the history of this game, man.
Either that or South Africa, right? That's what he likes. Don, out of 8 answers, how many do you think said New Delhi?
3.
3.
2.
2 for Sean.
4.
And 4 for C-Lane. Question 8 with answers of 2, 3, and 4. What is the capital of India?
Mumbai.
New Delhi.
Mumbai. New Delhi. New Delhi.
New Delhi?
New Delhi.
That would be 5.
Did that person just say the C word?
Yep. That was our mystery panelist. C-Lane with a guess of 4, picking up 1 point. And we end the day like this. In first
Was
place.
Sean in first place, right?
With 10 points, Don/the Tanya Morgan. Congratulations
There
to
he
the
goes.
Tanya Morgan and Don. In second place with 8 points, C-Lane/Hippie Whoa Vicky. And in third place with 6 points, Sean/Mike the Mountie. That means in first place and still leading on Fritz on the Street with 157 points, Mr. Christopher Lane. In second place with 144 points, that mortgage guy, Don. And in third place with 122 points, Mr. Sean Wasson. And that is Fritz on the Street.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Fritz. Hey, guys. We couldn't beat him. Don just walloped us this week. It's what we deserve for an outcome. Love him, and he gets first place this week. Fritz, thank you so much. What an amazing host this
Thank
guy
you.
is. He
Thank
really
you,
is
Fritz.
the best. And you can play along with Fritz each week if you'd like to in person. Fritz's Funhouse Trivia. It's a really, really good time. I think you'll enjoy it. And you can meet up with him or just monitor what he's doing on social media so you know where to be. All you have to do is go over to thenewsjunkie.com/share. You'll see where you can follow Fritz on social media. Fritz, thank you so much. We'll see you next week, buddy.
Thank you. Bye. Love
There he
you.
goes. The
Thanks,
great
brother.
Fritz. Don, you got some time to hang out with us today?
Yes, sir.
Nice. All right. We're going to hang out with Don a little bit. We got some stories to dip our toes into. And we're going to get to this Lego caper a little bit later. There's been new body cam footage that's leaked on that one. If you didn't hear it, don't worry. I'll bring you all up to speed. It's a really good story that I think could be a movie one day. All of that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is The Jim Colbert Show. Smartish, loud, and probably getting fined. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a crash getting cleared up, blocking both shoulders on I-4 eastbound past State Road 44. The right turn lane's blocked due to an accident on Altamont Drive, westbound before I-4. Move over and slow down if you see emergency crews there on I-4.
Hello, welcome to the show. Welcome behind the scenes.
This report is sponsored by Firebird's Wood Fire.
How are we, everybody? How are we doing?
Cup at a time. Firebird's Wood Fire Grill fights back
Good.
against childhood cancer. Join Firebirds during Lemonade Days to enjoy fresh lemonade, a slice of lemon cake, lemonade cocktails, and more. All to benefit Alex's Lemonade Stand Foundation, one cup at a time.
I hope you're doing good.
Here, guys, let's have a little chat just for a second here. If you're starting
We're going to learn more about that mortgage guy, Don. I get a little bit of enjoyment out of getting to know him a bit better each week during this segment. I'm excited about that. Mike, I did my best. I did my best, and I performed poorly. I apologize to you. I owe you one. You failed me, C-Lane. At least Don made up for my 10,000 losses in Hold'em. Yeah. First half of the Lego movie is documentary style, trying to get the stuff back legally. Act 2 is the decision to steal it. The rest of the movie is a Lego heist to get the stuff back. I mean, if you do it in that little Lego animation style, at least some portion of it, people will watch. People watch the damn Batman Lego thing.
Helping men get things back to where they should be and feel like themselves again. And so if you think maybe it's time to call for that free consultation today. 407-723-7533. 407-723-7533. Don't overthink it. Just call Premier Men's.
I'm going to win next time. I really believe in myself. I think it can happen. All right. We got a lot of ground to cover, everybody, okay? Show is flying by. We got to make sure all this happens. Okay, a couple of emails I want to rip off real quick. Anonymous emails the show. A Skull Mike exclusive. Anonymous says, I'm a bit behind on the podcast. Yesterday I got home from work and I had News 6 on. At 3 p.m., they have some kind of TMZ live setup. Weird. Anyway, Mike Chitwood, Daytona Police Department, was the lead-in. And after a few minutes of them broadcasting their live feed of a TV screen behind mics of recorded 911 calls, etc., Chitwood showed up on the Palladium, showed up and went off on one of the reporters from the News Journal. I have an antenna for live TV, and I was not able to record or save it, but it seemed like the reporter was asking him a question, and he got pissed off and went off on a rant. And he said, I'm sick of your bullshit. As soon as he said BS, they cut away, and the newscaster said, we apologize, we have to stop because of the vulgar language. Anyway, I rarely watch local news and couldn't care less, but then some S goes on in Volusia, and he seems unhinged at press conferences. WTF is the deal? He screams to me, Chitwood does, as some whiny-ass bitch wannabe big shot cop from Pennsylvania who failed miserably and ended up in one of the worst parts of Florida and is flexing his ego at every turn. If he has the funds and resources to go to Jersey to get a random Redditor, I don't need him and his squad showing up at my place an hour away, says Anonymous. Not a big Chitwood fan. He doesn't like Chief Chitwood. How do we feel about Chitwood? He's one of the loud, boisterous TV sheriffs. Do we like Chitwood, chat, or do we agree with Anonymous? Let me know. Jim emails tipsthenewsjunkie.com and he says, hey, News Junkie. Forgot the end. Please check out this story of an Arkansas state trooper who intentionally ran over a family of geese. The video is horrifying. Thank you, says Jim. Jim, I'm going to pass on the goose massacre video on account of our very own Goose Springsteen is the cameraman who follows me around during breaks on the show. I can't show that kind of footage while Goose Springsteen is right here watching his counterparts, his fellow geese, be murdered like that? No. He don't take any BS. He's a douche. I'll take Chitwood over Grady Judd. A little bit of this and a little bit of that for Chitwood. Then chat. 2 minutes and we're back live. I won't vote for Chitwood. He's a dick. Love me some Chitwood. Chitwood is fantastic, says Silly Goose. Mike says Chitwood cursed on News 6 yesterday. He said BS on the air. That's what we were talking about. That's what the emailer was mentioning. There might be many, many reasons to dislike Chitwood or whatever sheriff you don't like. But the fact that they said BS on television, I sure hope that's not one of them. I don't think you really care about that. There's something that I repeatedly point out again and again and again and again on the show. Because I think a lot of people are dishonest about this. People, if they agree with somebody, will let the person get away with anything. All right? Graham Plattner is a good example of this right now in the world of politics. If they ideologically agree with somebody, many, many people will let them get away with anything. If they ideologically disagree with somebody, they won't give them even an inch, right? This is one of the problems we have. So people will be like, can you believe he said BS on television? You don't care about that. You don't honestly care about that. And if you do, what a waste of time being upset about that. It's much more logical to be like, hey, I don't like the way his police work goes, or I don't like, maybe I think he's rude, whatever. But you don't care that he said BS on TV. Too many people do that now. I'm upset for this reason. You're not upset about that. You're upset because you disagree with the person. So often that's the case. All right, we're coming back. Hold on to your butts. Let's talk to Dawn. Go nuts.
Fraud. I'm unraveling the strangest criminal alliance I've ever reported on. A polygamist from Utah and an LA Armenian businessman.
$1 billion fraud.
But how long can this alliance last?
Is somebody coming after me?
Search Kingdom of Fraud on iHeartRadio, America's #1 podcast network, and the Webby Podcast Company of the Year.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Now, your chance at $1,000 and a trip to our iHeart Radio Music Festival. Text the nationwide keyword music to 200-200. You'll get a confirmation text and info. Standard data and message rates apply in this nationwide contest. That's music to 200-200.
A safe haven of sorts for all of the 95%ers. This is
Once in a while, somebody hits a nail right on the head, especially in the world of chat. It's like, once or twice a day, you get the person who's like, yes, true, that's right. Dan on YouTube says, the point is to hold everybody accountable to the same rules, whether you agree with their politics or not. If you can't do that, you're just a drag on the system. Yes, that's so true. That's so true. I say that in a world of there's too much of people who go, I'm mad about this thing. And they're not really mad about that thing. They just dislike whoever the person is. And they're finding the reason why they dislike them. Like somebody wrote an anonymous email about, was it Chitwood, I think, the sheriff? And they said Mike Chitwood was doing some press conference and he said the word BS on television. It's like pearl clutching moment, like, oh my God, wow. I'm like, you don't care if he said BS on television. Nobody actually cares about that. You care because you don't like the guy. And then you're just like ipso facto finding other things that you could be upset about this. That's what happens like so much right now. There's a lot of people who be like, you know what? I don't like this guy because of this. It's like, no, you don't like this guy because you don't agree with him. And afterwards, you're trying to find a list of things you could be offended about. That happens all the time now.
I was thinking about that on the way in, because there was this teacher we had in high school that a lot of people clashed with, butted heads with at the time. And I'm thinking oh yeah, well, he didn't do anything wrong to get fired except curse. And that was what they got him on. They the people that didn't like him was like, well, he's cursing at students. And they're like, he's cursing at students. Boot his ass. Yeah. And I was like, okay, well, I don't care about the other teachers that I like that curse. Why are we now using this? Why don't you just fire him because he's a dick?
Kids will do that. You see this stuff all the time. People are like, I am so upset about this. And you go, why don't you just be real? You're not upset about that. You're upset because you hate this person. You disagree with them. And so you're just finding a reason you could be pissed off. Wrong think isn't a crime yet, so you have to find something else. Yeah, true. Yeah, it's true for now. That's at least where a lot of people are. Not normal people, but a lot of people are. Don, have you ever? I'm asking you a question. I know the answer to this is going to be yes. You've driven a golf cart at some point in time, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you've driven a golf cart. Do you play golf? I don't even know.
Yeah.
You do? Oh, wow. Okay. All right. We'll have to go golfing sometime, you and I, because Sea-Lane, horrible golf.
You don't even own golf clubs anymore. And when you did own golf clubs, you didn't even use them.
Don, you don't know. Don might have golf clubs he can share or something.
I do have an extra. I do have a spare that you can borrow.
See? You see? Yeah. We're going golfing, buddy. You're missing what's happening
Don,
here.
I hope you're not, all saddled up for a quick game of golf.
Don, what happens if you go golfing and the person you're with is terrible? Do you get mad at them?
No.
Okay, good.
All right. You're going to have to let some people play through if you're with Sean.
He's not lying.
on the
That's true.
links.
The reason is that I'm also not super great. I do my best to get my money's worth. I usually hit around a 120, 110, something in there.
I don't even know what number I am, so that's got to be better than me. Yeah, I don't even know how the number calculation goes.
If it's not working out, you just drink beer.
Yeah, that's the thing I've always been amazed by in the world of golf is the lengths to which golfers will go to sneak in their beers. No one is more clever. Like they'll put them in the golf bag below the golf clubs.
Oh, yeah.
They'll bring like a secret cooler that they hide. They make it look like a friend golfing with them.
I wish I could remember what it was called so you could pull it up. But I purchased like a Christmas gift for a member of my family who golfs quite a bit.
Yeah.
More than I do, for sure. And it is a very long tube that goes in your golf bag, and then you put like a little like a gopher on top of it or something, so it looks like it's one of your woods, one of your irons, maybe.
That started with the Caddyshack movie. They had that.
Right.
Rodney Dangerfield had basically a beer keg dispensing golf bag.
That's rooted in reality.
This is not the whole bag, but it's smaller, but it does fit a whole 750 milliliters of fluid in it, and it's got a rechargeable pump at the top to dispense said liquid into whatever cup you're sporting there.
You got to choose the right golf course though, because some golf courses do not care. Like you could strap a keg to the back of your golf cart, and they're not going to care. So you just got to go the ones where they're less serious.
I don't know what it costs anymore. I told Courtney, though, the other day, she was like, people really love golf. There's so much money in this golf industry. And I said, when we used to go, this was 20 years ago, when I used to go with my friends to have a couple of drinks and play a round of golf, at some of the places we were golfing for 18 holes, it was like $100 and something back then. So I don't even know. I can't even imagine what a really nice golf course costs now. It must be more than that, I'm sure.
You know what's crazy? We were talking, Don, before Fritz on the Street. I was talking about Jennifer Lopez's tour rider, or it wasn't even a tour thing. It was her rider that she had, all of her demands for this music video shoot.
Okay.
But it used to be pretty common because the Smoking Gun has a whole section where they publish a bunch of bands' tour riders. And it was, at one point, very common for a band to say, hey, we want a local tea time as part of our rider. Like, we want the dressing room stocked with a pack of cigarettes on every flat surface, I think was the rumor about Frank Sinatra, something like that. We want this many bottles of scotch, and we want, ice. And then one of the demands would be a tea time, because they wanted to get into town, let the crew set up all their stuff while they went and golfed.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's a big move.
I think it costs a lot of money. So somebody says the golf course we used to go to has a drink cart, and they drive around so you can buy drinks while you play. That's the point. People don't want to pay that. So they like get clever and sneaking in their stuff, and it's unbelievable the level of ingenuity that goes into this.
Even if you go in the clubhouse and buy like a 6-pack to put in your cooler, they still charge, like if the beer is $8 in the clubhouse, a 6-pack is $48 because they charge you the per beer price, even if you buy a 6-pack.
What used to get me, I don't know if they still do this, Don, but when we would go into the clubhouse, they would have the big thing of used golf balls that they fished out of the ponds, and then they would still charge like a crazy amount of money for these waterlogged ass balls that somebody on staff, like some little intern or something, was tasked with going to get out of the local lake.
Didn't your son used to do that job?
Probably. He did all of them at some point in time. He's done a bunch. I asked because I saw somebody. First of all, I've never seen a golf cart like this, but there's a video emerging from San Francisco, and I guess somebody was cruising on the streets in a golf cart, and they just got there. Somebody plowed into him. Here it is. Let's see. All right. Wow. This is the street. I don't see anything yet. Okay, there's a car. Oh, the golf cart plowed into the car. And is this technically a golf cart? It's got a wheel in the back and 2 wheels on the front.
I don't know if that's technically a golf cart, but I don't think it's very far off. It reminds me, I think they have they used to have like a Lime cart, where had the Lime bikes and the Lime scooters.
Yeah.
I think they played around with carts for a hot second and it didn't really take off.
You could just drive these things? You just put in like an app?
It seems like it's going at a pretty fast speed.
I don't know if you can see this or not, but the people are completely flung out of this newfangled golf cart as they hit the vehicle. And everybody's okay, thank God.
We got a local city here somewhere, I think it was Maitland, where they made it so you can't drive your golf cart around on the city streets anymore. I might be incorrect, but this might be why.
That is such a big thing that people love these communities where you go in and then you could drive around the neighborhood in a golf cart. And then somehow that took the world of golf carts. I can almost blame the villages alone.
Yeah.
It took the world of golf carts and it made it so you don't just buy regular golf carts anymore. They have like crazy features on them. And because they're like cars, essentially, in these little neighborhoods.
I'm sorry, Sean.
No, go ahead.
There's one for sale in my neighborhood right now. I keep driving by it every day on the way to work. It's $7,000 for a golf cart.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. $7,000.
Yeah, that's
for
used.
A golf cart. How much did your first car cost, Don?
$400.
Yeah, mine was $1,200, I think, or $800 or something. $7,000, and that's a used one.
For that video, are you sure that some people on the texting service, and this is based on how you described the vehicle, are thinking that it might be a slingshot, but a slingshot typically doesn't have a roof over it unless they've done some modding to this. Is there any chance that could be a slingshot? Because those actually have some speed.
Is that what our friend Kent Terry had?
Yes.
The slingshot? No, this doesn't look like that.
It looks like it's got golf clubs on the back.
Yeah. Actually, hold on. Let me pause here. I'll put this up on See It Now. There's something on the back that is popping open here as the people are flinging out everywhere. It has 2 wheels on the front and 1 wheel on the back. But it's sort of like a hybrid between a slingshot thing that people are discussing and a golf cart because it's not as big as a slingshot.
I wonder if because like I said, the thing is moving pretty quick enough to knock that car off its course and plow it into some people. Mm-hmm. So if you were to tell me that was a slingshot that just somebody had added a roof kit to or something like that, that would make a little more sense because those actually have a little more power than just your typical, I don't know, golf cart or any of those little those carts they used to drive you around in downtown, but it was only downtown. Like it kind of reminds me of those things.
Yeah, I mean it's scary as hell. You can get in a lot of trouble driving these things. You can hurt the hell out of yourself. In fact, I don't know too many people who have done the whole let's get drunk and go to the golf course thing and not at least mildly crashed a cart at some point. God knows I've done that. Because it's a good time, but it's also very dangerous. I put that up on See It Now.
Okay. Now that I have Googled slingshot with a roof, it is 100% not that thing. That is definitely not a slingshot.
Slingshots are low to the ground, like 2 or 3 feet tall, right?
Yeah, they're pretty low. They're pretty little like motor tricycle.
1 rear wheel is the key thing here.
Well, they have golf carts that have 1 rear wheel. I've seen those. And sometimes they have 1 front wheel. I've seen that too on golf carts.
All of them are crazy expensive, though. I mean, it's just unbelievable how that whole world is like pricey as hell.
If you had
it's fun.
A golf cart with 1 forward wheel, I would not be able to help myself from calling it a golf tricycle. Like it's just you're good luck in your little golf tricycle. And have fun.
But you're not going to ever drive at some slow speed on those things. You are going to floor it. You're going to go as fast as you possibly can. If there's a fun way to jump over what do they call it, Don, when you in the sand area?
Like a sand trap
jump over the sand trap. If there's a possibility of doing that, 100% you're going to give that a shot.
Done it.
It's a good time. So Don and I are going golf karting. We're going to get drunk. We're going to race our golf carts around. Sealand, you're not invited at all. I'm sorry.
We're leaving in 20 minutes.
All right, let's do it. Why are we
Cool.
wasting time around here,
Cool.
Don?
I'll
What the
pick you
hell?
up at 8 p.m. when Sean's done. And you can play the back nine tomorrow.
Sean, I know some local courses where you can play for about $30, and they sell the used golf balls for $1. So I'll show you where that is.
That's good. Yeah, we got to do that sometime. I am not good. Sea-Land is not exaggerating how terrible of a golfer I am, but it is kind of fun.
Yeah.
The only thing that's not fun is there is one place where we went, and the ninth hole was right by the clubhouse, and the clubhouse had a big patio area. So all the really good golfers would sit out there and have a drink or what, and then you're teeing off. And then the ninth hole was one of those holes where your tee is before a body of water. And then you got to try to shoot the ball over the water and get it on the green. And every single time I would go, you guys go ahead. I'm just going to drop my ball on the other side because I don't want to make a fool of myself just hitting 3 or 4 in the water in front of these businessmen.
You got to know your limitations.
Yeah, and I do. There's an important thing in life. That mortgage guy, Don, is here to help you out, not just with your golf game, but also with your purchase of a house. And there's a lot of people who will take this on and go, in the world of Google and AI, Sean, I don't need any help. I'm now a super genius. And I will tell you, there's a lot of people who do that and then waste a whole bunch of money on the biggest purchase of their life, which is a new house and a mortgage. And Don knows how to navigate all of this stuff. He knows all of the secrets that you learn, not when you buy your first house, not when you get your second mortgage, not when you get your third house, but when you've done it for a real long time. And he's figured out all of those things. So if you want somebody to guide you along the way, Don's going to help you out. And do the thing that he tells you to do. And I don't know how many people just get one quote, Don, and stop there, but that is really dumb, right? You gotta shop around and send your quote over to Don. How do people do that?
Yeah, there's studies that have been done that say 80% of people go with the first quote they get, which is bananas. But if you got a quote, it's super easy. You just go to the website, that mortgage guy Don, you just take a picture of it with your phone, upload it, and I will tell you if it's good or if it's garbage. Simple as that.
Yeah, that's how many people at what percentage get the first one?
80% take the first quote, meaning they don't shop around. About 20% are the smart ones that do compare their quote.
We know guys that are in this building right now that won't take their first quote at a Dillard's. So I mean, be more like that.
Don't take the first offer on anything ever in the history of anything.
I've got a weekly segment on our Saturday show, or live on Saturday mornings on Real Radio, where we do a compare quote of the week, where I show, I highlight one of the ones that we did. And usually we're saving people anywhere between $10,000 and $100,000, depending on the loan.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah,
that is. So there's so many people just wasting a massive chunk. And if you spend $100,000 too much, well, that could be like a couple of years of your payments, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Oh, my God. All right. So make a smart move. Listen to the show every single week here on our home station, Real Radio. And make sure you're checking the podcast. And just if you're in the process of getting a house, bring the expert along with you, that mortgage guy, Don. Thank you, Don. We'll see you next week, buddy.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Sea-Land.
Later, buddy. There he is, that mortgage guy, Don. We're back in just a moment with Jury Duty. We'll get into the new Lego body cam footage that's leaked out. We'll work that into the final hour of the show. I got clips galore that we got to work in and a whole lot more. And it's all coming up next on the News Junkie.
Computers calculate, humans connect. Unless court ordered not to. Real Radio 104.1, guaranteed human.
Hello, welcome to the show. Substate John says, house remodel, always get a minimum of 3 quotes. That's good advice, man. Like, you wouldn't do that with anything. Almost anything. If somebody says, hey, we're going to give you a quote for how much this is going to cost, the idea that you would just go with the first one? What the hell?
Thinking about radio?
Nicole says, how about lower prices on houses? Well,
We did 20 years ago, and only
we can all dream.
with more Americans than TV.
We can all dream.
Learn how radio can help your business. Call 844-844-iHeart.
House remodel, do it yourself? Oh, I don't have the skills, Tommy. I don't have the ability. Stand by. Somebody says that might be a GEM E2. It's like what Adam the Woo used to drive around. Oh, one of those. Those got to be expensive, right? Hey TNJ chat, hey YouTube chat, hey everybody.
Tangled and more. Coming to Kia Center September 4th through the 6th. Tickets on sale now. For show details, visit DisneyOnIce.com.
Here's a harsh fact. 40% of women and nearly 20% of men suffer from varicose or spider veins. Left untreated, these veins can cause tired, heavy legs.
Okay. All set. Don't forget, folks, secret shows tonight at 8 p.m. here in the studio live. We got some big surprises for you tonight. It's going to be an amazing show. You can either watch live tonight on your phone, on your TV, wherever you like. You can watch the stream live. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, cast it to your TV. You watch in the News Junkie app. You can watch on the Apple TV app. C-Lane submitted the new app for Fire Stick and Chrome TV today. I don't know if that's live yet. I'll ask him. But soon it will be. And then I think we have 2 more TV apps, and we'll have secret shows available on every TV platform. Plus the ability to do the live stream, the ad-free live stream for Secret Show subscribers, right on your TV. We have the 2 apps, the Android app and the iPhone app, and we have the website. And when that's all done and I get all the promotional stuff in order, the tech stack for the News Junkie will be set for the next 5 years. Thank you, Dawn. Always great to talk with Dawn. Yeah, secret shows tonight at 8 p.m. And if you can't watch live, do not worry. As always, it drops Fridays, 5 p.m. You can watch on demand. 90 seconds and we're coming back. I got Hookers in Hopetown updates, Cruise Murder Mystery updates. Those are in jury duty. Then we'll get to our Lego Bodycam footage. Hey, Bird Nerd. I need it on Chromecast. Yeah, I'll ask Celia when we come back here. It might be available, or it's going to be available very soon. We've been working very hard on getting all the tech ready. Sorry to hear that, Heartland News feed. That sucks. All right, we're coming back.
Call Term Provider at 800-345-2789. That's 800-345-2789 for $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-345-2789.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/term. That's ethos.com/term. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique. But you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org.
Save every day at Headquarter Hyundai. We've dropped prices on acres of new Hyundais. Visit headquarterhyundai.com.
Radio.
Forever at the crossroads between viral news and total chaos.
We got updates on Hookers in Hopetown, the Bahamas story. We got updates on the cruise ship murder mystery, the one with the stepsister, stepbrother situation. All of that in just a moment on the show. I want to take a moment here and tell you about one of the big projects that has been underway for 2026 on this show. And that is sort of building out the tech stack that powers the News Junkie and secret shows and everything that we do around here. And we're pretty close to done. And I want to just take a moment to tell you, everybody in the world can go to the website and you can get all of the stuff there. You can unlock all the premium features of the website and beyond with a premium subscription to secret shows on thenewsjunkie.com if you want to throw us some support, which is greatly appreciated. That is the future of this show. That is the way that we rise up and get to the next level here on this show. It's from you being generous and subscribing to Secret Shows. Secret Shows is tonight at 8 p.m. because it's on Thursdays at 8, generally speaking. And it's a blast. I think you'll enjoy it. But the tech stack behind this show is not just the website. You can also get the News Junkie app. It's free for you to get over on your iPhone in the App Store or on any Android device. That covers all smartphones, basically. You can get the News Junkie app on all smartphones. It's a really, really killer app. You can listen to the latest show in there. You can watch or listen to secret shows. It remembers where you are. It's got chat. It's got everything you could think of. You could send dispatches and join us on the show. But the final piece of the tech stack for this show moving forward is the TV apps. And C-Lane has already released the app for Apple TV users. And I think, is it today or soon?
It's going to be submitted today. I don't know if they'll approve it in time because the TV apps tend to take longer.
The Apple TV app is already available. This one that's going to be submitted and going to be out soon is going to be for Chromecast?
No. It'll be Fire TV, anything with the Fire TV platform or Android TVs.
Okay. So Android and Fire TV, well, that's a lot of televisions actually in that category.
I think Google, it would be in the Google Play Store. So if you get your TV apps from the Google Play Store, that should be compatible.
So that would put us on all the Apple TV and Apple TV related devices. It would put us on the Amazon and Google related devices. And then you got to do two more, I think, which should cover almost all smart TVs. Roku.
And WebOS.
So we're going to eventually put all of these on the website so you can link to them or you know what to search for and all the information about them. But the tech stack will be fully built at that point. We're available on every smartphone, every smart television, anybody with the ability to go to a website, and you can get all the content over there.
Remember back in the day when we had the old app and everybody's like, when are you going to make an app for the Windows phone? Do those even exist anymore? I don't think
they do. If they do, it's so small. Now it's almost everything is Android and iOS or iPhone. We have that covered. We've got about half the TV market covered right now. And if you're a Secret Show subscriber, you can log in and get all the content that way right on your TV as you probably want it. And you'll be able to soon even like stream the ad-free version of the show. We want you to be able to watch on your TV with ease because the product that we're putting out, I think, is really good.
Wow. They have Linux phones?
Ain't nobody with a Linux phone.
That has got to be like a real niche market.
Although I do trust those people because Linux people usually know a lot more about technology than everybody else. All right, here goes nothing. Let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or go to justcallmo.com. After an accident, you can reach out to anybody you want to, obviously, but I'm going to encourage you. We point you to the best people. I'm going to encourage you to go to Moses DeWitt. He's the guy. You hear him on the show, and he's going to steer you into the direction of that big check that you deserve after an accident, slip and fall, anything like that. JustCallMo.com. Here are updates. This is on the Hookers in Hopetown story, the husband and wife, where she vanished during this Bahamas boat trip. There are now some accusations that Brian Hooker, 58 years old, has left the United States of America, fleeing the United States of America, this guy. And I don't think it's just to go back to the Bahamas.
To go back to the Bahamas and find his wife. You would have to drag him out of the Bahamas.
No. They said he may have crossed the border from California by land or water. He has extensive boating experience. They're saying, you tell me, Brian, 6'4", Marine Corps tattoo, ultra white hair, smirk of the century, has had not one person at Safeway or a Buc-ee's or an In-N-Out spot him, the friend said. I think this guy has crossed over into Mexico. We think that he's going to be hiding there in case any charges come his way.
Read that paragraph above the picture because it's pretty interesting.
Another unidentified source also claimed he and Brian Hooker used to cross the U.S. border from San Diego into Tijuana, Mexico for day trips. And Border Patrol did not always require them to show a passport or an ID despite federal law. So is he on the run? Unclear. Might be just rumors at this moment in time. We know the heat is ratcheting up. We know there's evidence building that says not all is well with this story. And everybody really cares about where's Lynette Hooker? What happened to her? And if she's dead, who was responsible? Vicky says, what a coward. Why not just wear a giant sign saying I did it? We're close. We're close to that. The other update is on the murder mystery cruise story. And I have to tell you, I almost feel like this round of stories about Anna Kepner are meant to shame her and meant to sort of run down her story. I don't know if it's coming from the family of Timothy Hudson, her stepbrother, who's accused of murdering his 18-year-old stepsister on a Carnival cruise ship. But they're really pushing home the point that she had sex with a second person on this Carnival cruise ship shortly before her stepbrother killed her. And it says federal investigators are trying to prove a teenage cheerleader was raped and murdered on a cruise by her stepbrother. They also obtained DNA evidence from a second juvenile she had allegedly had sex with during the trip. Timothy Hudson, 16, is accused of raping and murdering his stepsister, 18-year-old Anna Kepner. Prosecutors have said he was the only person in the room with her. And they said an unsealed 145-page detention hearing transcript reviewed by Fox News says that she had sex during the cruise with a different juvenile referred to as minor witness number 2. This to me is one of those things where it's like, oh, she had sex with somebody else on the cruise, is meant to sort of muddy the waters, poison the well, if you will.
If you're on the defense of the stepbrother, you would want that brought up just to try and inject a little reasonable doubt into the situation.
Yeah,
I mean, I think that would be the point of that. To do it to try and shame her, that's trashy.
Yeah, and the FBI lab results said that the stepbrother was 120 sextillion times more likely to have been the source of the DNA than the other person. So it's very clear to me what happened here. I really just feel like this is an attempt to be like, look, she was a slut. She's having sex on this Carnival cruise ship. Wait, we can't trust this woman.
However,
maybe somebody else was to blame.
If I was that kid, I would be a little freaked out. Just a little freaked out by being this close to the situation.
Your name's in the mix. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we got the updates for you on the Legos heist, the $200,000 world record Lego thievery that we talked about yesterday on the show. New body cam footage coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $2,500 is just minutes away with the $250K USA giveaway, presented by HBN Bath on Real Radio 104.1.
There's an accident off to the shoulder getting cleared up on I-95 northbound before Granada Boulevard. That's slowing traffic down. Both shoulders are blocked due to an accident on I-4 eastbound past State Road 44. That crash on Altamont Drive near the interstate, that's cleared up. That won't be causing you any trouble. Just look out for emergency crews still in the area. And if you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477 from the Traffic Center in James, Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by America 250.
This July 4th, celebrate at America's Block Party, a can't-miss concert at the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, hosted by America 250. See music performances from major artists.
Hello! All right, we got the body cam footage next. Thank God. It's going to get juicy. We're going to figure out what happened in this Lego thievery story that's going mega viral. I need a suggestion for a song to end on. The Power Hour on the horizon. Blind Melon, no rain. Peaches F the pain away. Well, obviously that would have to be censored, as you know. But I don't know that song. Oh, we got the funk. Yeah. Good point. Good point. George Clinton. Good suggestion. Who is that? Who said we got the funk? Weed consumers, thank you.
Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help. They've treated thousands, including kids, with quick, kid-friendly testing and pain-free allergy drops. Make the most of summer break. Schedule your appointment now at AspireAllergy.com. That's AspireAllergy.com.
Victim of a slip and fall? It takes one phone call to take back control of your life. Anajar Levine will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Call me, Mark Anajar, for a free consultation. 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
Stand by, just getting this loaded up for today. I'll learn a bit later on the show in the Power Hour. Here we go. How are we? By the way, I saw some people get a little excited in the political world about this measure that passed the House of Representatives that was going to stop the war in Iran and take away the authorization for the war in Iran. I just want to warn you, if you want the war in Iran to stop, don't get too excited about what the House of Representatives passed. Because not only does it have to pass the Senate, it has to get around a veto from the president. Which there's no way President Trump isn't going to veto the bill taking away his power to launch the war in Iran. I think that's not going to go anywhere. But they did get some Republican votes on board, showing a lot of Republicans are starting to say, hey, let's end this damn sand war thing already. A nothing burger? He's not going to sign it? Well, he's not going to sign a bill that goes against him and his power and authority. He's going to say, nah, I don't think I need this. That would never happen. It wouldn't make sense. So they got some headlines out of it, but I don't think it'll change anything. Okay, let's do this Power Hour, baby.
Your previous policies as well. You may even save enough money to lighten the load on your new $1 million policy. Remember, call Big Lou. He's like you, except he's only on number 2. Call Term Provider at 800-345-2789. That's 800-345-2789. For $1 million in term life insurance that you can live with. Call Big Lou at 800-345-2789.
Broadcasting live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Need help after an accident? Just call Mo. Learn more at JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station guaranteed human.
Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. TRIP. That's TRIP. Enter it now.
Radio 104.1.
He won't hesitate to call you out when you're being a little ASCII. This is the new
show. Thanks to you for all your support. The week is flying by. You can learn more about the show, get the podcast and all that good stuff over on the website, thenewsjunkie.com. All right, we have big updates on that Lego story from yesterday. I'll update everybody who missed it so you know what's going on. And we have a ton of clips to try to work in before the end of the show. I don't know how much we'll be able to work in, but we might as well find out. There's only one way to get started. Let's do the Power Hour.
They said it couldn't be done. Then they said,
I'm an idiot sandwich.
It's time for the Power Hour on the News Junkie.
Classic. Yeah, it's a classic throwback there. All right, here's what I have for you.
There was a clip this morning going through my feed of an old one of Gordon Ramsay's shows. Mm-hmm. And it was like some random guy that was on the show just screamed at the rest of the kitchen, "You guys cook like old people F." And Gordon Ramsay like turned around and was like, "Damn." I mean, like he was surprised at the it sounded like something he should have said. So he was surprised to hear such dickery come out of somebody else's mouth.
All right, we've got an update for you. On it's you're doing something with cursing when you can impress him. Gordon Ramsay, he's got away with words. We talked yesterday about this story
not so much
that has been explosive online. It really has been the talk of the internet for the last couple of weeks, and it's about this man, an old man who had the world's biggest Lego Star Wars collection. And this guy brought it to a place that is affiliated, I believe, with Lego, and it's called Bricks and Minifigs. And bricks stand for like Lego bricks, and minifigs are like the little Lego people, like the figurines, the minifigures.
Minifigures is what they say that it's short for.
Yeah, and so Bricks and Minifigs is this huge chain. I think Sealine said yesterday there's like 200 or more of these.
300.
300 of these. It's a big chain. The company's worth several $100 million, allegedly. They do birthday parties, they sell Legos, and in this case, they took on a consignment for this old man in the largest Star Wars Lego collection in the world.
And I did read a little bit more into his collection. It was something that this guy had kind of picked out and said, hey, this is going to probably be worth some money someday. So he bought a bunch of it. I think he did spend a decent amount on it. Like I think he put $10,000 or $20,000 into this collection before it was worth $200,000. And some people have debated that actual figure as well. But all of the stuff he bought is sealed in the box, pristine condition.
So that answers that question. The way that the collectors want this, I guess, is like perfectly sealed in the nice Lego box, not opened up and put together. And there's specialty items that are Star Wars and Legos cross collectors. This is exactly what they're looking for.
Doesn't it seem like the weirdest, like dumbest hack in our society right now that we put such a high monetary value on buying things and never using them to the point where the shrink wrap stays on?
Yeah,
like you're like
play with a toy.
You're like, oh, this toy. This Nintendo game, this will be worth so much more later if you just never play with it. If you just save it in a good environment where it doesn't get exposed to moisture and light, so that somebody else years down the road can pay you a lot of money for it, so that they never play with it.
Yep. And that's what he was doing. He was trying to. Some people are saying that he was trying to use this money eventually to put some grandkid through college, or I mean, who knows what's what. It's hard to tell who's telling the perfect truth here. Or like Sealand said, is the collection of Star Wars Lego characters really worth $200,000, or is it $100,000? You know, it's worth a lot.
The incredibly long novel of an article that I read had argued that some people were saying, well, it's more like 60 grand. We don't know. But he had all the stuff in consignment at this place. And they were saying that they had started selling this stuff under the old ownership. They had started selling it, and then he would show up once a month or once every 2 weeks or so and collect his consignment check from stuff that they had sold.
Yeah, so he had all his stuff out on the floor of this Bricks and Minifigs Lego affiliated store. They were selling his whole record collection of Star Wars Legos. And then all of a sudden, the owner, this is a bizarre twist in the story, the owner of this Bricks and Minifigs location, Sealand unearthed that this person was married to a guy who was writing like Antifa books or something.
He had a publishing company that, among other things they published, he had the Antifa Lit Journal.
So he thinks that he's going to be rounded up and arrested or something by the Trump administration for printing this stuff. And him and his wife go, we have to leave the country. We're leaving the United States. So they go to leave the country. And the store is taken over by some new people. The new people, when they take over the store, they take on the inventory. The inventory includes this older person, this guy in his 80s, his massive Lego Star Wars collection. And they knew in that moment that there would be some legal wiggle room because they didn't sign the contract with the guy on his Lego collection, that they could keep this collection and that they could probably just get away with making the money turn into their money, no matter how much it was. Now, this guy and his family were upset by that. They said, we had a deal. What's going on here? Whether it's some person who's new taking over the store or not, shouldn't change the deal I had with this company. And you should give me my Legos back or give me the money that you owe me from it. Now, this YouTuber stepped in, and Reckless Ben is his name. And Reckless Ben started making YouTube videos where he was highlighting what was happening to this old guy who was taken advantage of. And the people from the company, Bricks and Minifigs, that were supposed to sell his stuff and wouldn't give it back to him, well, they just really started looking like villains. Some of it was the way they were portrayed in the YouTube video, and some of it was just their own words. I mean, you see them saying this stuff, and they just don't look good.
Teeny tiny little villains with yellow faces.
Definitely. And we heard yesterday at the end of us talking about this, C-Lane, the CEO, I believe, of Bricks and Minifigs, and he was very conciliatory, very much trying to say, like, we don't want to upset you. We want to give you your stuff back. The CEO of Bricks and Minifigs said, we want a mediator to come in and go through our inventory so we can find all of the stuff that's yours. We want to make sure that you're happy, and then we get you your money and your Legos back. And I thought, boy, that's what they've been asking for the whole time. Something seems off about this. Now, here is the released body cam footage.
He did that live stream that it says interview, but the clip we played didn't seem much like an interview. It just seemed like him, with a terrible webcam.
Yeah.
And it said he appeared on a live stream interview on May 29th, 2026. On May 30th, he sued everybody.
Yeah.
So he's on this live stream May 29th. May 30th, BAM files a lawsuit, the BAM being Bricks and Minifigs, accusing Schneider, who is the YouTuber, Mansell, the owner of the Legos, and others of coordinating a harassment and extortion campaign against its franchise owners in Utah and Oregon.
So they have not been cooperating. They have not done the easy thing of just give this dude his Legos back. If you have any of his Lego inventory that wasn't sold and he was not paid for it, give the Legos back to the guy and the family so that they can move on with their lives. And if you've sold them, then just give them the money that you owe them for the Legos. That's the end all be all of this. It should be pretty simple. A Heavy Metal Cowboy says, Sean, your office would be way cooler if I had a Lego Millennium Falcon. I couldn't do Stolen Valor like that. I do have a custom done Lego sign thing that I had created for me in New Orleans. and it says The News Junkie, and it's got me as Aquaman on top of it, which is an old throwback on the show. I do have Lego representation. I also have the Mario Brothers, the tube with the fireball flower coming out of it.
Oh, that's the warp pipe.
The warp pipe with the fireball. I have those Legos in the studio. But the footage, which some people are saying it was leaked, some people were saying that the police here in Utah just released it all. And I don't know exactly how this came out, but they have released the footage. So I want to see what we know now. We got some new information coming forward in this Lego caper. Let's learn. Here's the latest video from this YouTuber.
Released all the footage unredacted of my interactions with them. So this is the original footage I got with the redactions in. And this is the new unredacted footage. I'm lining them up, and I'm going to keep only the redacted parts to see what they were actually saying.
Chill. I understand. This ends today. I know. We're talking.
Sadly, they weren't able to get the first 2 days where I was.
All right, that was, by the way, the police talking with the angry owner of that Bricks and Minifigs location. And he's like, I want them arrested. I don't want any more. I don't want to deal with this, blah, blah, blah. So let's continue.
Accused of having heroin on me. But the final 2 days, we were able to see a lot, actually. The footage starts with me going to Josh's house so I can serve him his legal court papers. Josh knows that if he goes to court with me, he's going to lose. So instead, a much easier option is he calls the police on me to prevent me from serving him.
All right, so the voice you're hearing in the video, the main voice, is the Reckless Ben guy who's been trying to get justice for this family that had their Legos taken from them.
Question, can you serve papers on your own? I thought like a process server had to do that.
I don't know. I mean, if there's no reason why you can't encounter the person, you can just hand them the papers, right? Unless you have a restraining order against the person. I don't know. I've never done that. I've never served anybody papers or like had to do that.
You've just been on the receiving end.
Yeah, always. Yeah. Like I'm the bad guy here. This guy, he had a process server with him. He had, I guess in Utah, the person has to be 18. They have to be unrelated to the case, and they have to drop off the papers. And so he found some woman who was a process server, and he was trying to film her dropping off the papers, and that's kind of the center of a lot of
His name is Ben Schneider. He's stalking my house. Will you come to my house, please, and come get them? I'm not going to have stalkers.
That's the store owner.
There right now.
They're on the side of the house.
One of the dispatchers made a note here saying that you were going to shoot someone.
I'm done with this. Officer, can you please help me and my family and make this stop?
Yeah, absolutely.
She had a consignment deal with a guy named Brian Mansell.
Okay, now this is the explanation coming from the store owner, which we haven't really had a lot of his side, but this is him explaining things.
A year and a half, almost 2 years, she had this consignment deal with him, and she never paid him.
So right away, Josh is lying to the police, which we can easily verify with all of the metadata timestamped pictures that show that the Lego sets were in the store when Josh took it over.
He's hired this YouTuber. His name is Ben Schneider. He's Reckless Ben. They sent people in saying they're going to murder our manager. I'm done.
What are you guys doing here?
So we are in a court case with them, and we have to serve them legal papers.
She is a process server, and she's trying to serve you papers.
She's not a process server.
Okay.
Get the papers.
Have
fake
you
papers. They're fake. Go get the papers.
You okay if I bring those over to you?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so there we go. We could have solved this right now. All he wants to do is serve him with the papers. And so this guy said they're fake papers. It's fake process server, fake papers. So if the papers are real, are you willing to take them? And by the way, if the guy says, all I want to do is serve these papers and then I'll go and I'll leave this person alone, why not just take the fake papers? Who cares? Mm-hmm. If you really believe they're fake and the process server's fake, take the paper. Thank you for the fake papers. Throw them in the trash can. And then now the person's going to leave you alone. Like what? This doesn't logically follow either. But that the guy is saying they're fake, etc.
You got the fix those papers?
Yeah.
So this is what you're trying to serve them with?
Yes. I wish we could just send him an email. I wish we could just send him a phone call, or the court could just send it to him, but this is what we're required to do from the United States court. So we're just following the instructions of the government. He thinks if I just call the cops on me, he can get away with it, but we're showing him, like, we're not going to let him get away with his crime, so.
Okay. You okay if I give these papers to him?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Hang tight. Are you...
All right, there we go. That's it, right? The cop is going to give the papers to the owner of the store that has possession of these Legos that are contested. If he serves the papers, then the lawsuit can proceed and they can figure out what justice is in a courtroom. The cop has them, hand the guy the papers.
Okay, if she just gives you the papers, we can just get
Have
her.
you looked at the papers? I've talked to the Kaiser Police Department. There's nothing filed. So no, I'm not accepting service from him. Okay. Absolutely not. It's fake. It's not real.
That's completely fine. You have that right.
Yeah.
You do?
Literally, all this police officer has to do.
Yeah, hold on. I don't know if you do. Like, again, I don't know all the laws on process server stuff, but this guy This guy makes lots of claims about process servers.
There's so many questions for Moses right now.
Yeah, he says, C-Lane, this guy, the YouTube, or not the YouTuber guy, the guy who is alleged to have stolen the Lego collection, he says if you're impersonating a process server, that's illegal, and they should be arrested for that. And he's like, arrest them. He's trying to do anything to get these people arrested. That's what's happening.
Just be like, you are served. And then he doesn't even have to accept them. He can literally just drop them. But as long as you say you are served, that counts as illegal serving. So why doesn't this cop just do that? Like, this whole thing could be solved in literally 3 seconds. Like, here, I'll time it. You've been served. Yeah, like literally 1.5 seconds, and this could be solved. This could literally be solved in 1.5 seconds. And this police officer is just purposely choosing to make this way more complicated than it has to be.
All right, so he goes up to the Lego store owner.
What are you wanting done today? Besides, obviously, talk to...
As much as you humanly possibly can.
I can screen charges. I'm open to screening charges through our attorney.
Yeah.
Screening charges?
Yeah, I don't even know what that means. I can screen charges. Now he gets the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs on the phone with him here as the cops are with him. So remember, that CEO that you heard yesterday on the show who was like, we want to get a mediator. We just want to find some resolution. We want to make sure you're happy. We don't know what this is all about. The CEO of the company is on the phone now wanting to talk to the cops. Now, I'll pause it right here. We'll get back to what the CEO said and some more from the police as we roll through a bit more of this to figure out what exactly happened. And we'll get to more of your feedback, emails, dispatches, and all of that because it's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-7...
Hello! All right, I just got to get some audio for Today I Learned. I need the He-Man theme song. C-Lane ain't never going to get that.
This report is sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet? Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts. And most Capital One cafes are open 7 days a week to assist with your banking needs. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank. Capital One NA. Member FDIC.
You've heard us throw around the term reverse mortgage, but do you really know what one is? Well, you might want to, especially if you are over 62 on a fixed income. A reverse mortgage can be a lifesaver. And that mortgage guy, Don, wants to help you out. Say, find out how it works and see, do you need one? He'll get you some numbers, he'll explain the details, and you can get a quote with no hard credit inquiry by visiting him at thatmortgagguydon.com.
Don't miss the book and pay quote with thatmortgagguydon.com.
Damn it! Made a huge mistake. I made a huge mistake. All right, I think I got it now.
And if you want to find out where I'll be all month long, visit realradio.fm for your chance to win World Cup tickets.
Here's your spring upgrade. Sun's out. Drink in one hand and a free Samsung Galaxy phone in the other. All on unlimited 5G. Switch to total wireless and stay connected for every road trip, beach day, and everything in
All right. Okay. Bingo, ready to go. All right, we got more of this body cam footage, the juicy stuff, coming up in just a bit. We're going deep, baby, on the Lego heist. Now, there are a couple of things that I do want to bring up that are sort of in dispute. The company is saying, the Bricks and Minifigs company is saying that we did not have a consignment policy and that the previous owner made this consignment deal and they should not have done that. And so because we had no policy, we can't have anything to do with this. But that's not really even the central question. The central question is about property. So the person is asking for their collection back. And whether or not you're wanting to do consignment has nothing to do with whether or not you think you actually own that property or not. So don't sell it. Just give the man back his collection. Problem solved. Everybody walks away. We're all good. Everything leads back to that same thing. Just give the guy back the Legos. Problem solved. But they're a big company worth a couple $100 million. They think we can make these people shut up. We're not going to let this YouTuber beat us. And to be honest, they're really stupid. All they had to do when they saw that this was going to be an issue and that the YouTuber was going to try to get a bunch of attention around this story was say, hey, we're a giant company. We don't need this attention. We want to work with you. We'll find somebody who's not attached to this story to be a mediator and get you your Lego collection back, and we'll be done with it. Now, they've really killed their company, kind of. Is this a franchise? It is. It's a very large franchise operation. That's it. Ready? What can you tell me about Bricks and Minifigs? Oh, hold on. Hang on.
Hey there, I'm right here, ready to jump in. What's on your mind today?
Geez, you sound like you don't want to do it. You sound like you're not interested. Hello?
Oh, I'm definitely interested. Sometimes I just keep it easy and let you take the lead. So, what's the thing you want to dive into? I'm all in.
You don't have to make it weird, but can you help me out with something?
Not weird at all. I'm here for it. What do you need help with?
Tell me about Bricks and Minifigs. How big is the company? How much money do they make? Et cetera, et cetera.
Bricks and Minifigs is a franchise network of stores. On average, each location made around $580,000 in 2023, with some locations exceeding $1.2 million. Across the entire brand, they reported over $95 million in revenue as of early 2026. There are slight variations depending on different sources, but that's the overall scale of the business.
How much is the company worth?
Estimated to have a valuation of about $73.4 million based on one source. Revenue estimates vary, with figures ranging from around $23 million to over $65 million annually, depending on the source.
All right, so they say on the low side. I don't know if that's true or the other things are true, but suffice to say, this is a big company worth quite a bit because they have so many locations. And the company thought, like, we can swing our weight around here and we're not going to let this YouTuber win. But now they're just getting their asses kicked publicly. And wait till you see the rest of this body cam footage.
800-345-2789.
Yacht Rock Radio on iHeartRadio drops anchor and goes commercial-free every weekend. Weekends were made for smooth sailing. Yacht Rock Radio's got the soundtrack. Just sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy. The smoothest soft rock from the 70s and 80s. Open the free iHeart app, search Yacht Rock, and set sail.
iHeartRadio.
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan. Now, your chance to win $2,500. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. TRIP. That's TRIP. Enter it now.
To learn something stupid, this is the News Junkie.
On what seems to be a micro drama that is grabbing a lot of attention. I mean, I've seen news stations all over the country today talking about this. I've seen station after station, Washington, D.C., Dallas, Texas, all over the country. They're starting to pick up on this story that was originally just an online drama. And that right there in and of itself shows you how bad they've screwed the pooch on this. This company, Bricks and Minifigs, which is a Lego affiliated company that sells Legos and does kids parties and stuff. These stores were making.
How are they affiliated with Lego?
Because I think Lego allows them. I don't know if they're like working together, but Lego allows them to kind of utilize a lot of the brand stuff in the store. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to use some of the things that I see, like the little minifigures and their marketing and whatnot. See what you can figure out about that, C-Lane, because I don't know how close those two are, and Lego must not like this at all, because this is really bad press for them to say that this store, which took in this collection of Star Wars Lego figurines and collectibles worth about anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000, the biggest Star Wars Lego collection on the planet, I guess.
Most of their YouTube page, or not YouTube page. Most of their Wikipedia page is about the controversy.
Okay. That's not great.
In fact, it is. They don't have their own Wikipedia page. The only Wikipedia page is about the controversy. So it doesn't really go into any sort of detail about their them having some sort of agreement with the Lego company or something like that. Okay. I would have even assumed that they didn't have one at first, just because you have to call it Bricks and Minifigs, and you can't,
Well, somebody says Lego is permitting use of their custom fonts and graphics, so they may have at least a little bit of a tiny little arrangement. They're aware of them, I would say. And now we're at this point where the cops have been in this newly leaked or released body cam footage. The cops are seen talking with this guy who's the store owner, who's the person where we're just saying, hey, this would have been easy for you to just give this old man his Lego collection back, or give him the money or whatever and just be done with it. Your company does at least $100 million a year in revenue. You don't want this kind of bad press. This is really bad for you. But the store owner will not budge. And the store owner is saying to the cops that he wants the YouTuber who's bringing attention to this arrested. Let's go back to the body cam
These
footage.
court papers, the police officer promised me he would. This officer would rather screen all possible charges for me to see what random stuff they can make up about me.
I'm going to go talk with him, give him this paper back, since you do not want this.
Can I peek at it?
What was that?
Can I peek at it?
It kind of puts me in a little bit of a bind.
It's fake. There's no lawsuit anymore.
All right. So he went from it's fake, the court papers that he's trying to serve me are fake, and the process server is fake, to can I get a peek at it? And the cop even tells him, if I hand it to you, I have to say that you've been served. You already are 5 inches away from it, and we could get some remedy to this into court. But now he's like, can I see it? Can I just get a peek at it? And the cop goes, you're putting me in an awkward position. He's like, okay, never mind. It's fake. It's fake.
So anyway, I'm going to give this back to him.
Yeah.
And trespasser.
Because here's the thing. Like, think about this logically. Do you think a process server would show up with a guy that's been harassing a YouTuber to serve papers in Utah?
Josh knows that if he gets served these papers, it's going to be really bad for him. And at this point, it seems like he's willing to make up any story he can to get us arrested before he gets served these papers.
It worked.
They sent a lady in, and the lady's like, "Oh, I'm going to murder you," to Amanda, the manager.
And now, Josh has just committed a felony. Lying to the police officers about a false threat I made to get me arrested is super duper illegal.
Yeah, you heard him. It's super duper illegal. Not even just regular illegal.
I wonder if Moses has ever had to advise a client that, yeah, I'm sorry, but doing that would be super duper illegal.
I'd love to.
A billion times threatened the employees.
He does not want the paper. So
He's not want the papers?
here's that back for you.
Okay.
I'm not sure what this is. I've never seen something like that. To be honest with you.
These are court papers.
Okay. Yeah, erase your dick.
Okay,
That's a cop.
Yeah, process server's really going to ride with the YouTuber. I mean, how stupid does he think I am?
All right, here's the crazy part. All right, so the owner of the store in question keeps saying the whole thing's fake. You can't pretend to be a process server, et cetera, et cetera. And then the cop goes, well, hang on. Let me check out this story. Let me do some due diligence here, and let me figure out if there is actually a court case going on. So the cop goes into their car and calls the court to see if there's really a court case. This is the key piece.
I'll check with the court, see if it's a valid civil case that he's trying to push through, and we'll go about it that way, okay?
Thank you for holding. How can I help you?
Trying to speak with someone to verify if a case is, just verify if a case is real.
This is the cop.
It looks like a real small claims case in our court.
Okay, thank you for your help. I think that's all for today. Thank you.
And after this phone call, I guess the police officers turned off the microphone on their body cam because I guess they really didn't want literally anyone to hear this, even if someone gets a hold of the unredacted stuff.
Learning so much.
We now can get to hear what these police officers are saying. But anyways, the police officer ends up going back to talk to Josh.
They're screening some charges, okay?
Yeah.
But we're just kind of working through. It looks like this is a real case. It just hasn't gone to court, okay?
It's a real case. Who's it against?
Against you, him versus you.
Ben Snyder? What an idiot.
Okay, why not right now just hand him the papers then? It's a real case. He's not harassing you. He's trying to serve you with papers. There's a process server right there. The cop is right in front of you. You've confirmed that it's a real case. All they want to do is get some answers on this. Just give him the papers. And then if he's wrong, then he'll pay in court. If he's not wrong, then he'll be fine, right? He'll be good to go.
I mean, if he's wrong about them being fake and he thinks they're fake, doesn't that mean he just is not showing up or not responding to them and could be held in contempt of court?
He just knows this other kid is like a dopey YouTuber, and he's going to try to talk to the local cops and connect with them and go, he's crazy. This is fake. It's all fake. It's all fake. The moment the cop comes back and goes, no, this is legit. He's suing you. This is a lawsuit, and these are papers that he's serving you. The cop should have just said, here are the papers. You're served. You guys figure this out. That's the craziest part of all of this. That's the wild part to me. But that's what's in this body cam footage. And then this guy just keeps complaining until they end up arresting the YouTuber. And they do, actually. I think this is that part. All right, right here.
So now let's get to the search warrant, where the cops raid my house because they heard that I was the one that stole the Legos from Brian. So I might have found out an answer of why this cop was so rough with me and threw my arm back.
Oh, my God. Can we make mention? Look how fat this cat is. He's at an Airbnb, and they're arresting him. I can't properly stop on it. Unbelievable. The video's too long. They showed this cat in the driveway. That was the most insane
thing. The cops raided my house because they heard that I was the one that stole the Legos from Brian. So I might have found out an answer of why this cop...
Yeah, right there.
That's a chunker.
Look, there's a 40-pound cat in the driveway of this place. I need to investigate that.
Was so rough with me and threw my arm back. Before we enter the property, the cop warns all the other police officers to make sure we are not filming.
Hey, they're probably going to be quick to film. They're probably going to be quick to pull their phones out, so just be aware of that.
However, when we got raided, I instantly pressed the record button on my phone because I was terrified these police officers were going to do something and try and hide it from the public. But I guess the police officer sees that I'm filming, and once he sees I'm filming, I think he was like, as punishment for filming me, I'm going to bend your arm back upwards and injure you, is my guess of what happened, because afterwards he says this.
The main kid had his phone recording, so I shut it off, but the other kid had a GoPro.
All right, so that's where we're at now. They've released all this footage. You hear them talking back and forth. At one point, you hear the cops say, let's get these douchebags off his property. Oops, probably shouldn't have said that. You know, they seem like they really didn't want to help this young guy at all. And then the owner of the store was repeatedly telling them to just arrest him, and they ended up arresting him eventually. I'll say it again. I'll say it a million times. This is the easiest thing in the world to resolve. All you have to do is say, does this guy have property that is in possession of somebody else? Yes, this company has their Legos. Give them their Legos back. Problem solved. Game over. I mean, this seems so easy to do without completely upending a company in 300 locations with all sorts of employees and business owners affected by their idiocy across the country. That's the craziest part about it to me, that they could solve this so fast, but instead they wanted to go war with this dopey YouTuber. And in going to war with him, he's kicking their ass. He's showing them he's not so dopey after all. But let us know what you think on the way out here today. When we come back, we're going to do the final dispatches, stories that didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Thursday. That's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Music Weekends are classic alternative.
One last time, welcome behind the scenes of the show. Boy, do I have so much to work in this final segment. It's going to be tough. I got to get to this representative on Capitol Hill, Representative Luna, who says she was assaulted. I have the footage. We'll see if there was an assault that took place here. We'll do your final dispatches. We'll do all of that stuff. But one thing's for sure, that was a fat-ass cat. That was one big fat cat. Thought that cat was an armadillo? It looked like it. Ben has a bunch of misdemeanor charges against him and needs lawyers to defend him? Yeah. Yeah, now he actually finds himself in a predicament. On the other hand, it's completely single-handedly launched his YouTube career. He's got over 1 million subscribers. He's got a lot of fans that have now connected with him, which is good. I don't know if he's being like 100% truthful on his presentation of things, but I know this would be so easy to combat. Everybody else on the other side, start doing some live streams, start putting some content out there, going, hey guys, here's how you got it wrong, here's what we think you should know, and maybe we can stop this assault on these great American businesses trying to help people out and sell kids Legos. But the idea that they're not doing that, and when they are doing it, they're on one side telling the cops to arrest him, and on the other side saying, all we want to do is make a deal and have a mediator. It makes me think that something else is going on here. It doesn't look good for him. Not even close. Secret shows tonight, 8 p.m. 8 p.m. tonight. Jealousy will get you nowhere, Sean. Do better, bud. What the fuck are you talking about? Wasn't the papers being served a lawsuit with the YouTuber BS, the store owner? It wasn't Lego Collector versus the store owner? It's a little more complicated than that, at risk of taking an already complicated story and making it more complex for an audience that doesn't really know all the details here. The owner of the Legos sold off some of his portions to these people so that they could have some skin in the game. And then these two were going back and forth, so they had other reasons to sue each other as well. But all they are looking for is a day in court to sort this out. And if there's nothing that's been stolen and this company is innocent, they'll get off the hook. But if they're not, then they're going to look even worse. The store owner had the collection on consignment for a percentage of the sales. The YouTuber's dad owned the collection, I think. Not the YouTuber's dad, no. He's not related. My other cat is a little bit fluffy. That sucker ain't fluffy. That was a fat cat. 10 out of 10 massive cats? Oh, I forgot the rating. Yeah, you can rate the show. We're at the end here. Now it's just about how much we can squeeze into the final segment. It's not a long segment. It's not. The consignment deal was golden until the store owners were locked out by the corporate chain management. They're trying to fall back on things like, technically the consignment wasn't with us. Technically, maybe they should have filed this paperwork or that paperwork. But the problem is, the public is going to view this as, who owns the Legos? The old guy. Who has the Legos? Bricks and minifigs. This incongruence is what is going to cause the division until they say, hey, let's give the guys Legos back. Kind of stupid, honestly, right? All right, here we go. We're coming back.
To serious health risks like blood clots. USA Vein Clinics offers minimally invasive treatments that take as little as 15 minutes, covered by most insurances. Call 407-706-9137 and schedule your appointment today. Don't wait. Call 407-706-9137 for free information today. Imagine walking, exercising, and sleeping peacefully again. Varicose and spider veins won't go away on their own. USA Vein Clinics can help. Call 407-706-9137 for fast, easy, and affordable solutions. USA Vein Clinics treatments are covered by most insurance plans. Don't put this off any longer. Call 407-706-9137.
Hi, I'm Kyle from Blindster. Thousands of homeowners have trusted us for their blinds that are easy to order, affordable, and guaranteed to fit. You measure at home, install yourself, and enjoy blinds made exactly for your windows. Blindster.com.
Car crash? Call Klausman. KlausmanLaw.com. That's KLAUSMAN.
C-Lane here. Join me and Angel from the Monsters at Gators Dockside in Claremont tomorrow. Tomorrow night at 7 p.m. we're going to have your chance to win tickets to see the 2026 FIFA World Cup courtesy of Michelob Ultra. And so you can come out and find us there. It's Gators Dockside in Claremont. And you can find out where Angel will be all month long with those World Cup tickets. Log on to realradio.fm.
Because therapy's expensive, and we have microphones. This is the news.
Wrap it up. We've had fun with you today, though.
It was
We'll be
very
back
powerful.
tomorrow.
It was
to do it.
A lot of power.
Was it? It was mildly powerful, I think. Really. I don't know.
You might not think so, but I think this Lego thing is fascinating, and there's so many layers, so I'm enjoying it.
It's problematic because it's hard to explain. It's a complicated, complex story, but it's not political, and it's something with twists and turns. So we've been trying to dive into that a little bit.
I don't know. It might be easier to get people on board if we were talking about something other than Legos, other than Star Wars Legos. I think that's where you lose some people.
If it was Rolex watches or something,
even that 6,000 word essay I skimmed through on this, at the very first paragraph, the guy was like, yeah, I've just, there's been a really huge controversy over checks, notes, Legos. Yeah, Legos. So
and people don't associate Legos with a lot of money either. That's another issue that I think happens here.
Or a lot of controversy.
Right. All right, let's see. We got to get out of here. The stories, they all made the cut. Your dispatches, so good. So unbelievably good. And I'm looking at all of them. I see your video dispatch. Kevin, thanks for sending that in. I'll get to the rest of these after the show, and you can continue around the clock sending over your feedback over at thenewsjunkie.com. Secret Shows is tonight at 8 p.m. It's streamed live on thenewsjunkie.com and, of course, on the app, the new app for iOS and Android. And we hope you'll watch. And if you don't have time tonight at 8 p.m., well, don't worry. It's released every Friday at 5 p.m. EST. So live on Thursdays at 8 and then on demand on Fridays at 5 p.m. Now, let's get the hell out of the way. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Thursday, and it's June 4th, 2026. Hang on, I just saw a piece of information. It is Sun State John with 12 gifted subscriptions.
Right at the last minute.
Yeah, you could get in right now and claim one of those thanks to Sun State John. I'll make sure I add that in just a moment here, Sun State John, to the tally. You could claim those to
haven't automated
watch.
that yet, Coderino?
No, not yet. Not yet. I'll make sure that's up, but you can claim those now and watch us tonight at 8 p.m. for Secret Shows. Today I learned this band right here.
P-Funk.
That's right. George Clinton, Parliament Funkadelic. George Clinton does not know who played guitar for one of Funkadelic's greatest guitar solos, Get Off Your Ass and Jam, from 1975. The mystery guitarist was some white heroin addict that asked to sit in and was paid $50 and ripped off a solo. And they said that was really good, and they kept it on the album. But he doesn't know who he was.
$50
Thank you so
that
much.
He just probably put straight up his arm.
I know. He completely ruined it on the drug. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We're back tomorrow, same time, same place.